It's fair season in Winston-Salem, and the Carolina Classic Fair is off and running this weekend. Our F&R Game of the Week, presented by Caring Hands Home Health, brings us to King, North Carolina. Mount Airy, one of the best programs in the state, they come up to West Stokes to take on the Wildcats. Beautiful King, North Carolina, new league rivals, and a fun Friday night for high school football. Thanks for joining us in the den of King, North Carolina, with the former Catawba O-lineman Mark Covert. I'm Evan Budrovich. 2 of the last 3 years, Mount Airy's been a state championship team. West Stokes, their title in 2011, new roster under Trent Lohman. Mark, what makes these programs dangerous come playoff time?
Running the football. And Mount Airy are the kings of doing such a thing. Tay Martin is the bell cow in that running back. He is the straw that stirs the drink of that ground attack for the Granite Bears. He's going to have to be huge here tonight and as the season advances into those playoff rounds. West Stokes is just looking for something right now. Losers of 4 in a row, trying to get something going. A big win tonight against their rivals in Mount Airy would go a long way to boosting their confidence towards the stretch run.
Just 20 minutes separate these two programs, and for more on Mount Airy and West Stokes, here's Chelsea Groves.
Winners will be announced on November 6th.
One more. As easy as a comebacker.
Nope.
Nope. Still didn't hit.
Nope. If it makes you feel any better, Drew, I'm in the same boat as you today. Yeah, well, and my fiance is an Eagles fan, so last night was a rough night.
I love this.
I am so sorry.
I'll send some flowers from Tally's in town for you. Oh. We're ready whenever you are.
Stupid idiot.
Thanks, Chelsea. First matchup since 2019 for these programs. The fall foliage is on point tonight, and we come back opening kickoff. West Stokes and Mount Airy battling it out. Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week after this timeout.
One more time. One more.
Just the outro there or the open?
Which honors every
Thanks, Chelsea. First meeting in 5 years for West Stokes and Mount Airy. The fall foliage is perfect tonight, and league openers off and running. A couple of 3A, 4A programs ready to tee it off when we come back. West Stokes, Mount Airy, our Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week kicks off next.
In the stands and throughout the community. We're proud.
You're about to have nat 4 back.
Chelsea, can you talk to him?
What?
To them, please.
Oh, test. Oh, test. Do you want me to put this in? Put this in right now? Okay.
Stem, never by the
Test. Am I supposed to hear somebody?
Not yet. If not, they're not talking to you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. Yeah, guys, we're in week 7 with the regular season now. Still making adjustments and figuring things out here down the stretch. For Mount Airy, it's the quarterback position. Ty Hemrick will get the start tonight in place of Ahmad Francis, who's out with the shoulder injury. How we doing? Do we want to switch it? They're still static.
This is talent F, not TF2, right? Why the heck? Check. 4 is going into audio 2. It's a line level. Nothing changed. I don't get it. Yeah, I'll take it for a sec. Hey, nothing changed on my end, but I mean, I can give her the other microphone. All right. Yeah, those are 2 separate. Yeah. Try the other mic for you. Both mics in front of me. I'm going to talk in front of both of them. I got the exact same settings on the back of the camera. Just let me know. Supposedly backup. 1, 2, 3. Check 1, 2, 3. Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Main, regular. Check 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How's that? Is this one still static? Check. All right, we're just not going to use his nap mic because, okay, that's fine. Whatever. Thanks.
All right, I have the mic back.
Hey, kill T2 and Nat 4.
No. All right, are we looking pretty good? Cool. Gonna count me in. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm ready. Yeah, guys, we're in week 7 with the regular season winding down, but both teams still making adjustments and still trying to figure things out at this point in the season. For Mount Airy, it's the quarterback position. Ty Hemrick will get the start tonight in place of Ahmad Francis, who is out with the shoulder injury. But Coach Taylor said he has all the confidence in this guy at quarterback position tonight because the battle between these two positions in the summer was quite the battle. And as for the home team, can we redo this? Thanks. Okay, ready. Yeah, guys, we're in week 7 with the regular season winding down, but both teams still making adjustments and figuring things out here down the stretch. For Mount Airy, it's the quarterback position. Ty Hemrick will get the start tonight in place of Ahmad Francis, who is out due to the shoulder injury. But Coach Taylor said he has all the confidence in this guy because the battle between these two over the summer for the QB1 position was a battle. And as for the home team here tonight in West Stokes, a young team but a feisty team who is always willing to learn, willing to figure things out down the stretch. And Coach Lohman, he just can't stop praising his guys for the resiliency and knows that a big win tonight could be a factor, guys. Okay. Okay. Yeah, guys, we're in week 7 of the regular season with it. All right, one more. All right, this is the one. Okay. Okay. Yeah, guys, we're in week 7 with the regular season winding down, but both teams still figuring things out and making adjustments here down the stretch. For Mount Airy, it's the quarterback position. Ty Hemrick will get the start tonight in place of Ahmad Francis, who is out with the shoulder injury. But Coach Taylor said he has all the confidence in this guy because the quarterback battle over the summer was a tight one. As for the home team in West Stokes, a young but resilient team, always willing to learn for Coach Lohman, and he knows that tonight could be a big opportunity here at home. Guys.
It's fair season in Winston-Salem and the Carolina. It's fair season in Winston-Salem and the Carolina Classic Fair is off and running this weekend. Our F&R Game of the Week, presented by Caring Hands Home Health, brings us to King, North Carolina. Mount Airy, one of the best programs in the state, they come up to West Stokes to take on the Wildcats. Beautiful King, North Carolina, new league rivals, and a fun Friday night for high school football. Thanks for joining us in the den of King, North Carolina with the former Catawba O-lineman Mark Covert. I'm Evan Budrovich. 2 of the last 3 years, Mount Airy's been a state championship team. West Stokes, their title in 2011, new roster under Trent Lohman. Mark, what makes these programs dangerous come playoff time?
Running the football. And Mount Airy are the kings of doing such a thing. Tay Martin is the bell cow in that running back. He is the straw that stirs the drink of that ground attack for the Granite Bears. He's going to have to be huge here tonight and as the season advances into those playoff rounds. West Stokes is just looking for something right now. Losers of 4 in a row, trying to get something going. A big win tonight against their rivals in Mount Airy would go a long way to boosting their confidence towards the stretch run.
Just 20 minutes separate these two programs, and for more on Mount Airy and West Stokes, here's Chelsea Groves.
Yeah, guys, we're in week 7 with the regular season winding down, but both teams still figuring things out and making their adjustments here down the stretch. For Mount Airy, it's the quarterback position. Ty Hemrick will get the start tonight in place of Ahmad Francis, who is out with a shoulder injury. But Coach Taylor said he has all the confidence in this guy because the quarterback battle over the summer was a tight one. As for the home team in West Stokes, a young but resilient team, always willing to learn for Coach Lohman, and he knows that tonight could be a big opportunity here at home. Guys.
Thanks, Chelsea. First meeting in 5 years for West Stokes and Mount Airy. The fall foliage is perfect tonight, and league openers off and running. A couple of 3A, 4A programs ready to tee it off when we come back. West Stokes, Mount Airy, our Friday Night Rivals game of the week kicks off next.
and Mount Airy Band of Excellence. West Stokes is under direction of Mr. Will Nichols. The Mount
Hold on, I'm going to put binoculars real quick.
Let's give them a hand, folks!
I don't think they shared.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get locked in. We are just 8 minutes from game time.
Yeah, he didn't have a beard in August. That's why it's tricky.
You talking to me? Oh, yeah. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2.
You feeling better after last
5?
week? Like the sickness?
Oh, yeah.
It's fair season in Winston-Salem, and the Carolina Classic Fair is off and running this weekend. Our F&R Game of the Week, presented by Caring Hands Home Health, brings us to King, North Carolina. Mount Airy, one of the best programs in the state, they come up to West Stokes to take on the Wildcats. Beautiful King, North Carolina, new league rivals, and a fun Friday night for high school football. Thanks for joining us in the den of King, North Carolina, with the former Catawba O-lineman Mark Covert. I'm Evan Budrovich. 2 of the last 3 years, Mount Airy's been a state championship team. West Stokes, their title in 2011, new roster under Trent Lohman. Mark, what makes these programs dangerous come playoff time?
Running the football. And Mount Airy are the kings of doing such a thing. Tay Martin is the bell cow in that running back. He is the straw that stirs the drink of that ground attack for the Granite Bears. He's going to have to be huge here tonight and as the season advances into those playoff rounds. West Stokes is just looking for something right now. Losers of 4 in a row, trying to get something going. A big win tonight against their rivals in Mount Airy would go a long way to boosting their confidence towards the stretch run.
Just 20 minutes separate these two programs, and for more on Mount Airy and West Stokes, here's Chelsea Groves.
Yeah, guys, we're in week 7 with the regular season winding down, but both teams still figuring things out and making their adjustments here down the stretch. For Mount Airy, it's the quarterback position. Ty Hemrick will get the start tonight in place of Ahmad Francis, who is out with a shoulder injury. But Coach Taylor said he has all the confidence in this guy because the quarterback battle over the summer was a tight one. As for the home team in West Stokes, a young but resilient team, always willing to learn for Coach Lohman, and he knows that tonight could be a big opportunity here at home. Guys.
Thanks, Chelsea. First meeting in 5 years for West Stokes and Mount Airy. The fall foliage is perfect tonight, and league openers off and running. A couple of 3A, 4A programs ready to tee it off when we come back. West Stokes, Mount Airy, our Friday Night Rivals game of the week kicks off next. Welcome back to West Stokes. Mark, how does Mount Airy get pressure early in this football game?
Bring in extra bodies, get to the backfield of that West Stokes offense, disrupt the passing game, and get them off kilter. And ride your running backs tonight is a committee led in that backfield by the all-do-everything running back in Tay Martin. He's got to be elusive here this evening. But that defensive line for West Stokes has to have a say in what he does. Getting in the backfield, having good gap discipline, and offensively, early down success is important. Those first and second downs have to mean something to them. And get yourself, if you get to a third down, where it's a more manageable situation.
Tay Martin's a top 5 running back in the state of North Carolina. What makes him special with the football?
Just so elusive when he has the ball. A powerful runner. We saw a really great runner in Moses Morris last week at West Forsyth. Now we get another great example of what a running back can do for your team, to Tayshawn Martin this week. Elusive, powerful, the whole 9 yards. Right there, that is the man of the hour, Tayshawn. Already talked about him, so elusive in the backfield, over 500 yards this year, 9 yards a carry. Just fantastic with the football in his hands. But on the other side, he's going to be opposed by a quarterback, a young one, finally getting some starts here in Gavin Gasly, a guy who needs to be great here tonight, throwing the football, keep his composure against a really tough Mount Airy defense, but he has all the tools to make it happen.
So now ready for kick. 2 local rivals, just 20 minutes separate Mount Airy and West Stokes. Who's ready for some mountain football and some rivalry football at that?
Yeah.
Mount Airy, one of the best programs in the state. They're always in my list of top 10 undersized programs that can make things happen. And then West Stokes, it's been 15 years, but they hold a state title here in King. Built a whole locker room after that 2011 championship. And now a squib kick gets it started. Opening return for Mount Airy and an immediate tackle. Aggressive pursuit by Kamani Brown, the junior DB.
Number 11.
Nice solid start, get back there on the kickoff and set this Mount Airy offense back against the wall a little bit here.
Here's the Mountain Fried Chicken starting attack for Mount Airy. We noted Martin's ability. Ethan Claybo, a standout tight end linebacker. He can make things happen.
Kind of a combo situation there. Big body, really good at blocking on the perimeter, allows these running backs to thrive.
Ty Hemrick fills the shoes of last year's starter, Landon Gallimore, who's now playing Division III football. Mount Airy offense, 30 points a game, mostly on the ground. Over 1,000 yards rushing this year. And the first play of the game is to the bell cow, Tay Martin, who gets 4 yards up the middle. He faces a West Stokes defense. 3 young defensive linemen. All 3 starters graduate from a year ago. A lot of new faces. But how can you not love the McKinney combo, those twin brothers anchoring this defensive line?
M and Ev right down there. You see him on the offensive line. He switch over and play defense. 2 anchors along the front and allow a lot of the guys in the secondary and along the linebacking core to roam freely.
Keep an eye on Micah Long as well, 88. He'll get a lot of reps at that defensive line. D coordinator Chris Nelson, 8 years running this West Stokes defense. So 2nd and 5 off the Martin carry. Gets the rock again. And this is what Mount Airy does, 4 yards a carry. Very traditional offense, but they're so tough to stop in the running game.
For so long, they ran an option offense as well. Now it's a little bit different, but the premise is still the same. They're just running the football. And even the way they do certain things, getting some leverage on those runs.
Last season, Tay Martin led the state of North Carolina, 38 rushing touchdowns. He hasn't been as creative this year in the end zone, but how do they get him going in this 3rd down spot?
But you just got to continue to run him. I mean, these are guys that get better as the game goes on.
Here's 3rd and 2. Right back to Martin. He follows a nice block, and Martin out past the 45. Gain of 7 that time. And he's tripped up by the linebacker, Nate Akers, who's back from injury. The senior tight end / linebacker. He brings some big presence in that secondary.
He does, and he's going to have to be big here tonight, filling some of the gaps in this defense whenever Martin gets through. You see right there, one of the things that makes him so special is not just the way he runs the ball, but how he finishes runs. Falls forward and gets that extra yard or 2 after contact.
So 5 yards a carry for Martin, who had an elusive week, 240 yards last week in a 30-point win. He gets the rock again, and Martin stonewalled that time, including Nate Akers, who's back anchoring this defense, and Chelsea has more.
And one of my cheerleaders wants to know if we can do
Ball carrier's going to be stopped by number 15, Alex Taylor, and number 58, Amari Graham.
Yeah, Nate Akers, it was his first game back last week at Forbush, and Coach Trent Lohman, he told me it was just good to see him back and just knock the rust off. He's been a vocal leader all season long, just both on the sideline and in the locker room, but Coach said it's just nice to have him finally back on the field, and said he hopes to see him lead this team over the next 4 weeks or maybe even more. He's also been selected to play in this year's East-West All-Star Game, and beyond football, he leads the team's weekly Bible studies. So whether it's in the huddle or off the field, this guy's presence, it's felt.
Yeah, Chelsea, he had 120 tackles last year. Getting him back last week, so big for West Stokes defense.
And when you have a guy like that who can pick up all those times where a ball carrier has the football in his vicinity and he's bringing them down, that's huge, especially at the high school level. You got a guy who can get over 100 tackles in a year. That really says something about the way he plays the position. First game back, double-figure stops last week. Now, West Stokes lost that game, but they did force 2 turnovers defensively. A rare passing situation, 3rd and 6 for Ty Hemrick. Hemrick rolls out and can't find his receiver. Wanted the quick route to Kylan Mason in a 4th down. Well, if that's where you want Mount Airy to be, that is where you want Mount Airy to be in a situation like that. 3rd and long, they're not going to be accustomed to throwing the football, certainly not their strength. If you can get those stops on 1st and 2nd down, helps your defense out, takes a lot of pressure off of them, and against a passing attack that just isn't as strong as some of the others in the area. Not only is Tayshawn Martin one of the top running backs in the state, he's the part-time punter. Let's see if he goes for it here on 4th and 6. Martin elects to go for it. No, he turns and punts. Creative look. And pins him inside the 10-yard line. The all-state running back's got a nice boot as well, flipping the field for a 40-yard punt. Really nice job faking it, drawing that team in, and getting that punt away. We'll take the timeout. Mount Airy with a quick punt. West Stokes gets the football when we come back. Stick around. Plenty from King, North Carolina after this. Welcome back. Tonight's game's also viewed live on our Tip Top live stream, Tip Top Roofing, Faith Family Football and Roofing. Good stop for Trent Lohman's defense. You see him there, the head coach at West Stokes. Now his Wildcats get the football early. There's a 1st down run for Devin Gasly. Missed last week due to injury. And he runs the football in the middle of this Mountain Fried Chicken starting attack. Non-greasy chicken in the triad. If you need to lose some weight this fall, always important. Yep. This running game, they anchor behind Ashton Stevens back there. Yeah, absolutely. Great running back, his own respect. But you see right there, again, number 10, right on your screen there, Nate Akers already talked about the impact he has defensively, offensively. Does a really nice job of leading this team as well from that tight end spot. West Stokes last week struggled offensively. 2 interceptions with Jackson Melton, the freshman quarterback, but Gasly's back healthy. He'll go inside this time, and the counter's blown up. Good pursuit by this defensive line, including Saul Oakley, the outside linebacker. Now, Third Floyd's a monster. You see 71 there. He is gigantic, 340 pounds. Yeah, absolutely, and rightfully so. This is a guy who's big, physical, athletic. Really the total package in the middle of that defense as well. Just a monster in the middle. Floyd committed to play college football. He has a couple offers of D2, D3 programs. He's going to play somewhere at the next level. It sets up 2nd and a long 10
Gasly goes counter. Nice hole. Here's Wes Stokes breaking one loose. Stevens into Mount Airy territory. And he's ripped by the face mask. 45 plus on the ground.
Oh, weird end of the play there. I don't think I've ever seen someone get grabbed for the face mask from behind like that with both hands, but breaking through that defensive front. And this straight line speed of Stevens just bursting through. Look at that. Finds his blocker pulling right around. Great job by McKinney to come around there, do the kick out block, and set Austin off and running.
Officially 49 for Stevens. He's the lone healthy running back. 3 backs, Jay Taylor, Dallas Frazier been out all year, but this is the guy Wes Stokes can trust.
Yeah, and they have to. Again, bell cow running back on the other side. The ground game, huge for the Wildcats tonight.
That was a crescent forward first down. Here's Gasly following this big offensive line anchored by the twin brothers, M. McKinney and Ev McKinney. What a fun connection on that left side.
Well, right now, they are getting a tremendous amount of push up front. They are winning that battle along the line of scrimmage, and it's giving these runners not just room to run with, but a clear vision on where they need to go.
Early 5 yards, and this is a West Stoke team mark that averaged 2 yards a carry. What's changed in this first quarter?
Well, it's just the approach. I mean, usually when you come out here, you have your script, right? 10 to 15 plays on each side of the football that you're running to see what your opponent is doing. But what you can't control there is your physicality. And right now, the Wildcats of West Stokes are winning that battle.
Here's Gasly back inside, breaking a tackle, and this defensive line comes in to get the stop. Mount Airy has guys everywhere who can make plays, including a player who has a number 99 that we don't have on our roster, but he's a heck of an athlete.
It sure is. And just looking here, again, Granite Bears flying all over the place. That's going to be a counter. If you're going to be more aggressive up front, then we're just going to play a numbers game and start bringing more bodies into the backfield. It's the chess match here early on. Again, you're trying to go through your scripts, see what each unit is doing, and how you can counter that going forward.
So we got the nugget. Ethan Clabo, who wears 66, is now wearing 99. Now that's a nice little duo there for the home and road jerseys.
Not too bad. You got to get your guy out there, let him play some defense, and a nice stop as well that time. Big body in the middle.
Early timeout for Trent Lohman and this West Stokes offense.
Timeout, West Stokes.
While we have a second, at halftime of this week's Medical Minute presented by NCDHHS. NCDHHS, they manage the delivery of human and health-related services for all North Carolinians. A West Stokes team mark that entered 1-5 on the year, scored less than 15 points a game. This is an impressive opening drive.
Yeah, it is. And they've done a really nice job, again, controlling what you can control, and that's the physical aspect of the game here early on. You want to see your offensive line come out in a game against a rival that you want to come out and set that tone. They've got to be that focal point on offense if you want to run the football. And to this point, they've done a great job of establishing the line of scrimmage, pushing it back, and making the defense work a little harder to try to get to their running backs.
It's not just hard running. How about these fans? Tonight's Beatty Plumbing fan cam. Beatty Plumbing, straight flush, it always beats a full house, and nothing beats a Men in Black night. Blackout tonight here in King.
Is that the first non-USA night we've had?
Hey, when you're coordinated and your colors look good.
We're in week 7, week 8 of the high school season. I mean, look, at some point it had to break, right?
So Devin Gasly back from injury, works under center, and he's short of the first down. 4th and about 1 coming up, despite his second effort. Looks like Trent Lohman keeping the offense here.
And nice job by the Granite Bears defensively, not moving back at the point of attack that time. Gasly gets up to the line and runs into a stone wall.
A Mount Airy rush defense that gives up less than 100 yards rushing a game. Very strong up the middle.
And they're going to have to be strong here on this 4th down. No man's land here. You want to take advantage. If you are West Stokes, look for the strong running game. Straightforward, you're trusting, again, that offensive line to get push.
7-play drive, now sitting at the 20. 4th and short. Gasly goes inside on the option. He's right at the sticks and enough for a first. Good 4th down push here from this West Stokes O-line.
It doesn't have to be beautiful. It doesn't have to be a long game. Just enough to move the chains that time. A quick hitting play with the option look. Really nice job. Great play call on 4th down.
It's a crescent forward first down. Dallas Frazier on the ground. He's a 3-sport athlete. Does some wrestling, does some track and field. Coach Lohman said we need more athletes on our roster this year.
Yeah, just across the board. The multi-sport athlete has been pushed so much now. Again, making sure kids are better prepared for every sport by playing different ones.
How about this formation? 2 running backs stacked on the QB, and the running back gets it. Nice hole for Ashton Stevens. He fights through a tackle for 5. And Mount Airy claims there's a fumble here, but the play's ruled dead by our line judge. Possible turnover there.
Yeah.
2nd and 5 coming up.
Didn't seem to be the case for this officiating crew, though. Maybe they blew the whistle dead. Forward progress at that point.
Tom Jordan, our lead referee. Nothing coming from the white hat here, so play continues.
I'll tell you what, though, Evan, we've seen some of these Trent Lohman teams before, and certainly not afraid to mix it up formation-wise. Give the defense some different looks and something to account for.
This 2 running back set, we haven't seen this all year in the Cook Reynolds red zone. Pump fake, and Gasly breaks the tackle. He'll gain 4 more there, 3rd and short coming up.
Gasly, the composure, sees a defender fly by, trying to knock down a pass. Makes a good decision here. Doesn't try to force anything, just takes it, and it got away with a face mask in Mount Airy as well.
You know, there's pump fakes and then there's body fakes.
Exactly.
And Gasly threw his body out of the way of the D lineman.
Yeah, nice job, though. Again, the composure from Gasly to get in there, make the right play, and get those yards.
Devin Gasly broke his arm last year, was on the bench behind last year's quarterback Sam Reeves, who had 1,500 yards passing. Gasly, one of the rare seniors on this underclass-heavy roster. Here's 3rd and 3. Stevens again. He's going nowhere. Wyatt Creed, the senior, on the stop.
So now again, what does this offense want to do? Trent Lohman, known as a pretty aggressive play caller, wants to get in there, again, get this defense something to look at. It's going to take some time to think about it now.
We're taking this timeout. Big 4th down decision for West Stokes when we come back. Opening drives of this first quarter after this. Huge 4th down decision for the West Stokes Wildcats. Here in the heart of King, an impressive opening drive offensively.
Really nice job again, moving the football. A couple yards a clip here. They're averaging over 7 yards a play to this point, but now can they get 4 more to continue the drive?
Here's 4th and 3. Gasly draws movement.
There you go.
And there's an easy 1st down.
When you're moving the football at the rate at which West Stokes is on this drive, that defense on a 4th down is going to be a little antsy. So what do you do this time? The dummy cadence, clap one time, get this defense to jump off sides, and you don't even have to worry about the 4th down anymore because you get the yardage off the penalty.
I love the roar of the Carolina Panther here in Wildcat country. All cats are friends on these broadcasts. An homage to the now one of the hottest teams in football, the Panthers, the last 2 weeks.
Apparently. As long as you take away the whole New England Patriots, situation a couple weeks ago.
It's like a PB&J sandwich. 2 good, 1 bad in the middle.
That's okay. I mean, I don't stay for the bread. I stay for the jelly.
1st down, little bobbled snap. Stevens cuts it up the field, spinning off a tackle, and he gets to the 5-yard line. Aggressive run from Ashton Stevens.
Evan, this does not look like a team that is 1-5 at this point of the year. I mean, they are doing really, really well against a very quality opponent. How about this? Just getting up the field, breaking tackles, getting down. Ashton Stevens has had a lot to say on this opening drive.
7 yards a carry
Yeah.
for West Stokes offensively. Trent Lohman's unit working every second of the clock here, inside of 1 to go in the first quarter.
Kind of sense working the clock, getting the play efficiency that they are as well. It's the perfect storm right now.
Here's 2nd and 5. Stevens staying on the ground, just 1 yard there. That's McKennon Hyatt, the junior D lineman, on the stop.
And you can almost assume they don't necessarily have to run another play here in the quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, just to run it on 3rd down. If they get to a 4th down, you better believe this offense is going to stay out on the field, as they already have twice on this drive.
Mount Airy stopped on 4th down in midfield, and West Stokes pounding the football on their first touch.
Nice long gain, gets them into Mount Airy territory, and it's just been chipping away at those yards since that gallop down the field.
Devin Gasly electing to flip the field. We'll take the timeout. 1 quarter of competitive football here in King. Nothing to show for it. And when we come back, our Carolina Classic Fair Game of the Week after this break. Scoreless here in King. Big run for Wildcats early. Can they capitalize? And we come back. Here's our Carolina Classic Fair winning row. That winning row gets free tickets to the fair, which begins and continues throughout the weekend. So see them at West Stokes having a blast. Here's 3rd and goal for West Stokes. Gasly running left, and he's cut short. Another tackle, so 4th down decision here for West Stokes.
Gasly's made a lot of really nice decisions on this drive, but that was one he's probably going to want back. He pitches that football out on the edge. That is a touchdown almost certainly. Along the edge, you had blockers doing their job on the perimeter. Just get it out to your running back that time, and he's walking in for the first score of the evening.
So here's the kicking game. Jaden Hernandez comes on for the field goal. This is a 9-minute drive for West Stokes. Can they lead the points here, though? 2nd field goal of the season for Hernandez. It's a 23-yard kick. The operation smooth, and there it is. First points for West Stokes.
The kick is good!
A 1 and 5, you go drive down the field, 9-minute drive. Ends only in 3 points, but you take a lot of time off the clock. And you kind of get the feeling that's going to be the game plan here tonight, Evan. They want to run the football, control the clock, and keep it out of Mount Airy's hands as much as possible.
That was not a car alarm. That was a 14-play, 88-yard drive over 9 minutes. That's the formula for West Stokes tonight.
Unbelievable. Really nice job, though, executing. Of course, you want more out of it. You want to end with a touchdown, just like you do on every single drive. That all being said, you can't be Trent Lohman and not be happy about what you saw from your offense on that possession. Just got to finish when you get the football again.
And for more, here's Chelsea Groves.
Number 33, Jaden Hernandez.
Yeah, with Devin Gasly, a big part of that drive coming out with a field goal. But it's his first year as a full-time starting quarterback, and it hasn't been a smooth ride for him with suffering a broken arm in 2024, stepping into this season, just facing constant change, from lineup changes to offensive scheme adjustments, and really hasn't had much of a chance to settle in. But Coach Trent Lohman, he said he's handled it all with maturity, both mentally and emotionally, showing strong leadership as a team captain. And he's had a learning curve each week, but Coach continues to say there's no doubt that he's giving everything he's got every week, and that's all you can ask for.
Well, thank you, Chelsea. Leads an impressive drive there, and with some kickoff return issues, Mount Airy backed up to their own 13.
Offense that wants to run the football, predicates itself, prides itself on being efficient on the ground game. You want to get good field position, and now they find themselves backed up more towards the shadow of their own goalpost.
Here's Ty Hemrick on first down, feeds Tay Martin. Martin cuts outside. Martin's so electric, cuts it back. Martin's got wide open real estate. Tay Martin explosive for 87. But there is a flag.
Flag on the play.
All the way back near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they threw that one pretty early on along the perimeter. Might be get one of the wide receivers along the edge with a hold.
Big decision for John Norman, our lead referee tonight. And that's coming back.
Going to be holding on the offense. Replay, first down.
Big time penalty, 100%. That all being said, let this be a cautionary tale of what Tay Martin can do out of the backfield. You saw once he got his shoulders turned upfield, it's the straight line speed and his ability, even at that top end speed, to cut back, get through some of the defenders. And once you're getting into a foot race with number 4 of the Granite Bears, you're probably not going to win that one. So right here on the edge, they threw that flag.
Yeah, 10 possibly
Yeah,
there
possibly.
with the hold.
Yep.
That would have been Tay Martin's 73rd touchdown of his high school career. He's in the top 10 in Mount Airy program history for rushing touchdowns. In terms of state all-time rushing, he's in the top 25. This guy is prolific at the running back spot.
And that's exactly why West Stokes has to be so focused on him here this evening. Your energy has to go towards stopping Tay Martin out of the backfield.
1st and 16 after the penalty. Right back to Martin. And Tay's corralled. What has West Stokes done on this defensive line to slow him down?
Well, it's the quickness right now, just getting through there, blowing up the play in the backfield. Just a really nice job breaking through and getting the ball carrier down that time. Martin had nowhere to go with the football.
That's Micah Long on the stop. 13 tackles last week. He's back healthy with an arm injury. Really makes some plays.
Yeah, and he does a really good job, again, using that length to get out there, work along the edge, and get Martin down in the backfield after that explosive run was brought back.
Here's 2nd and 16. Hemrick heaves a shot. Hemrick finds a receiver. Zach's going, gones. How about that solution for 85 yards? And a high five from the staff. Mount Airy loving that deep play connection.
Really great job game planning this one up. You know the attention is going to be in the backfield for that West Stokes defense. That means you're going to have these opportunities one-on-one down the field in the passing game. You put it on Hemrick to make that throw, and the guy who is the key down the field in Zach Goins is running wide open with the football.
5th touchdown of the year for Zach, and Mount Airy needed an explosive play. Last touchdown called back via the penalty, and that's a run home with a triad touchdown.
Go ahead and get it to the guy who's averaging 21 yards a catch this year. You know he's explosive. You want those one-on-one spots, and if he's going to win, you got to get the football out to him.
Officially a 93-yard touchdown. And that extra point slips through. So Ethan Claybo makes it 7-3. It wasn't Tay Martin going 90. It's his buddy Zach Goins going 93. Mount Airy explosive here in the second. Tonight's live stream being brought to you by our YouTube and Facebook pages. Tip Top Roofing helping us out tonight. Tip Top Roofing, faith, family, football, and roofing. And if you just missed us, 93-yard score. Zach Goins beats the defense for Mount Airy. And here's Ethan Claybo on the kickoff. Last drive for West Stokes, 9 minutes, but a field goal in the red zone. And somehow the quarterback stayed in bounds. That was Devin Gasly who bobbled the kick. And now West Stokes has it on their second drive.
So now you drove down the field. If you're West Stokes, you drive down the field, you get a field goal, you're feeling good about yourself after a 9-minute drive. And now all of a sudden you're down by 4 points in the blink of an eye. Almost twice, really, on that last drive from Mount Airy. Run call back, then they get the deep pass. So now what do if you're West Stokes? Just go down the field, operate the same way you did on your previous drive, but this time finish with a trip into the end zone.
Trent Lohman as an offensive coordinator, he's developed some elite quarterbacks. Think of Jefferson Boaz. Back in 2019, he had 7 passing touchdowns in a title game, the most ever in high school football in the state. Developed multiple 1,000-yard passers in his career. This team more centered on the ground, and that running game is stopped in the backfield. That's Wyatt Creed on the stop. And it speaks to Mount Airy's aggressive defensive line.
Yeah, fired up. Creed all of 5'7", but shooting through the hole. Usually a lot of the times you get these shorter guys at the high school level on the defensive line. They get a little more leverage. They can duck underneath some of these tackles. That time,
he wasn't touched.
No, he wasn't. Just came straight through that time, makes the best of that opportunity, snatches the jersey and pulls him back.
Wyatt Creed, 5'7". That guy can slip through everybody, making all nice plays. He's next to third Floyd, who's 327.
All shapes and sizes.
They're second and 12. More running game. Stevens tripped up and no gain. Good adjustment here for Mount Airy after giving up that 9-minute drive.
And this is exactly what you want to do. Mount Airy's going to bring that pressure. They're going to run downhill. And they want to attack this offensive line, this offensive front, get to the backfield, disrupt these runs that West Stokes had so much success with on the first drive.
And Stevens injured after that tackle, so we'll take a quick timeout. The training staff out to check on Ashton Stevens. We'll be right back after this timeout here on My 48. Welcome back to King, North Carolina. As we check on an injured player, we have a couple reminders. During the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be highlighting the school bus stop of the game. So if you guys don't know, the law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus. when that stop arm's out and the red lights are flashing. So we'll keep an eye out with those buses coming home. And, of course, at halftime, we'll have our Medical Minute presented by NCDHHS. NCDHHS managing the delivery of health and human-related services for all North Carolinians. And, since we have a moment, stay tuned for our My 48 halftime report. We'll have this week's Tatum and Atkinson Scholar athletes with the interviews, coaches, all the principals, and fair food, including our friends at Boom Boom Boba. They decided to help us out tonight with some boba tonight, so we'll try that out and even save some for the production staff.
We got the food a little earlier than I think we were anticipating tonight.
Ooh, did we not get the food? We got crab legs from Treasure Chest tonight.
Hell no, it's seafood poutine.
Ooh,
how about that? Look, show them.
There's a little sneak peek of what we're going to eat later.
It doesn't even do it justice.
It tastes so good. I'm going to run up this ladder and celebrate. That's the whole plan tonight. You make the most of the broadcast. Thanks for joining us here on My 48 with Mark. I'm Evan. We also have some cookies to eat later tonight. Our friends at Cookie Crumbs. 3rd and 12 out of the timeout and the delicious food break. Gatley chucks it deep, almost picked and then almost caught through the hands of Zach Goins.
Oh, it looked like it was going straight down the field that time. Nice pass, honestly, down the field. Good precision, trying to find the man deep down the field, just could not connect. And almost intercepted because the ball hung up a little bit, trying to find Kamani Brown working that sideline. Surprised Goins having the touchdown reception on the last drive for Mount Airy. Doesn't pick that one off, though. A clean shot at it.
So here's the punting unit for West Stokes. And look at that ball kid putting some hustle in to get off the field. He is not eating those crab legs in between plays. He's going to work. Love this community here in King. Whoa, bad snap. It's in the end zone. We're in safety territory. Run for your life, young man. Oh, he gets it away. By the hair of his chinny chin chin, Jaden Hernandez avoids the safety or a touchdown.
Well, not great field position to start with defensively for West Stokes, but
and Jaden's like, I need some oxygen, I need some water.
I mean, you're in a fire drill right there. Really nice job, though. Picking up the football, corralling yourself there, getting outside that pressure, and still getting that football off on a punt.
The punt actually goes 7 yards somehow. Man, Jaden was holding on for dear life.
Sure was. But all that being said now, your defense is backed up in a big way against an offense that really can run the football, but as we saw in the last drive, can be explosive through the air as well.
Now that's creativity. You see Claybo, a bit injured, trying to record that tackle. But now for Mount Airy, traditionally one of the best running teams in the state. Excellent field position from their 35.
The penalty is really the only thing that stopped this running game from getting into the end zone. Tayshawn Martin so explosive. Even with that one-on-one situation on the outside with Goins and some of the other receivers in this offense, defensively, West Stokes has to make sure their focus remains on the backfield.
Gone are the days of state championship quarterbacks, Landon and Ian Gallimore. It's now Luke Hemrick's turn. He feeds the sweet man, Kylan Mason, and Kylan gains 3 yards on the ground. He's related to Tyler Mason, state championship running back. He's now at Virginia Tech. 6,000 yards in his career at Mount Airy.
It's not too bad, right? Yeah, pretty good.
Top 10 all-time in the state in career rushing for Tyler.
And ironically enough, Kylan can run the football a little bit, but defensively, he is a ball hawk at the linebacker spot. Really nice football player the whole way around. Certainly picked up a lot of those genes that his brother left behind.
Mason graduated with those 6,000 yards. He's 3,000 short of T.A. McClendon of Albemarle, who had 10,000 yards in 3 years. Just insane high school numbers. Here's 2nd and 7. He was a former Wolfpack running back as well. Here's Martin's turn. He's elusive in the backfield. Breaks out a 1 and gets 5 yards.
You see he was stonewalled there for a second, but bounces off of that wall initially. Stays vigilant, finds a hole off the left side of that offensive line. Does a nice job just bouncing, staying with the play, staying patient, and picking up yards.
Tayshawn Martin. He's going to play college football somewhere. This kid is elusive as a senior running back. 204 yards last week in a rivalry win over North Surrey. Here's 3rd and 2. Hemrick feeds Martin. Martin gets a block. and turns it up for a first down. He's not going down easy either. Ooh, nice cutback block. See the pursuit there from Saul Oakley play in the wood?
Just getting down the field, trying to make a play there. Martin again, showing off the patience and the vision as well, knowing that that's going to go not for much and certainly not pick up the first down. Decides it's best to bounce it outside and use that speed along the perimeter.
Saul Oakley pulling his best Cam Scadaboo. Remember that game where he lifted the DB and carried him for 5 extra yards? And he was blocking on the play.
Yeah, exactly. Cam Scadaboo, certainly a hot button topic athlete this morning. Electric last night against the Eagles.
Arizona State standout. Here's 1st and 10. Martin on the ground. Stiff arms one, but can't break free. Good tackle by Alex Pegram, the senior linebacker.
The pursuit down the field. And those are the kind of plays that West Oak needs defensively.
Have you ever seen a kid get stiff-armed to the ground and still find a way to pull back the running back?
Well, it's such a hard play to make because usually that stiff arm is the first point of contact, and you're so worried about getting pushed back that you start focusing on that. You let go. Really nice job by Pegram. Keep latching on to Martin as he's going to the ground.
Excellent tackle by this defense. Here's 2nd and long. Hemrick going end zone. Hemrick finds a receiver. Jasper Wilmoth hangs on for the score. First career start for Ty Hemrick, and the sophomore's dropping dimes.
He's slinging it out here, isn't he? Nice touch on the first touchdown pass this time. A little fade ball into the end zone, and that is as beautiful as it gets. Jasper Wilmoth did not have to do much. He wins his route, gets to the outside, and that football is placed perfectly over the shoulder for the Tud.
Gallimore who? Says Hemrick. This guy's slinging it tonight. Touchdowns of 93 and then 22 that time. Remember, Ahmad Francis, the freshman, has played all year but out this week. Here comes Ty Hemrick stepping up with some big plays. Extra point here for Ethan Clabo after the run home of a triad touchdown. And he's got it. Back-to-back explosive scoring drives here for Mount Airy.
There's a tight quarterback battle all summer long between these two kids. You see Ty Hemrick, he's stepping up, and the occasion is his. I mean, he is playing the quarterback spot about as good as you can, especially in an offense that really wants to be explosive in those one-on-one spots. And right now, on those battles, he is 2 for 2 tonight in a big way.
118 passing yards for Hemrick tonight. Remember, this is a Mount Airy team that all year had 400 yards passing. Something's changed in these first 2 quarters.
Well, again, you're finding those matchups, knowing the defense is focusing so much on the ground game. You're telling your receivers all week long, look, we're going to get you into spots where you're going to be one-on-one with the defensive back. If you win your route, we're confident in our quarterbacks to get you the football in space and allow you to go to work. So far, again, 2 for 2 on those drives over the shot, or over the top, taking those shots down the field. It's been a really nice attack and surprising amount of balance for Mount Airy offensively.
Austin Taylor noted he was very impressed with Hemrick in the fall. That was a fun battle between Francis and Hemrick to fill the huge shoes of Gallimore. And 2 impressive passing touchdowns right there.
And just think, if you have the running game that we know Mount Airy has, and all of a sudden you start coupling that alongside a passing game that can be explosive through the air, you've got to watch out for what they can do.
Here's a bobbled kickoff for Morgan Dowdy. And Dowdy's going to be tripped up at the 15. Everything clicking here for Mount Airy in the second quarter.
Kick is going to be returned by number 7, Morgan Dowdy.
After a first quarter where West Stokes neutralized the game with a long 9-minute drive.
Long 9-minute drive. I mean, I don't know how many games I've ever called, Evan, where the second drive isn't over by the end of the first quarter. It was a thing of beauty. The only problem is, again, you wanted that football to go into the end zone and finish that drive with an exclamation point. They didn't, and now they're staring at an 11-point deficit as 2 drives back-to-back, Mount Airy gets the football into the end zone. There's got to be a response from this offense on this drive.
Devin Gasly's turn to respond. 81 yards rushing on the ground for West Stokes. They'll get 2 more there. Might be a face mask. Now, there it is. Triple flag comes flying onto your screen.
Clear as day that time, right in the middle of your screen, just yanked down.
The other face mask tackle wasn't as obvious on the first drive.
Yep.
Good to see Ashton Stevens back in the game.
It's going to be a face mask on the
Call by
defense.
this officiating crew that time. See it right here. Don't even have to highlight it. You probably figure out where the face mask was on your own.
The sneaky hands of Wyatt Creed. He got caught that time.
Yeah, trying to get in there, make a play.
12 sacks this year for Mount Airy's defense. But with all this running, they've had no chance to pressure the quarterback.
Only a couple opportunities to get there and make a play.
I think Wyatt might have snapped his finger, pulling that helmet to the side.
Got those fingers taped for good reason as well.
They call him the 5'7" bazooka. He brings some pump. Here's 1st and 10 off the penalty. Stevens dragged down again. Not much running room after an impressive first drive.
Stevens going to be taken down.
I was
Around
interested in the
line
way
of scrimmage,
he
second down.
paused at the line of scrimmage that time instead of attacking downhill. I think that's what kind of held him up. It doesn't allow him to get where he wants to go. Just kind of stutters. If he takes it outside that time and just gets a couple more yards, he's brought down, but it's not a loss on that play. Just run with a little more conviction.
Trent Loman's offense last year had Lyndon Fleming, an electric running back. He's now playing at the next level. A 1,000-yard rusher. It's a big position to fill with Jay Taylor and Stevens and Dallas Frazier rotating in. 2nd and 11 off the penalty. Gasly running for his life, and Gasly's hit. This D-line gets him that time. McKennon Hyatt, 13th sack for Mount Airy this year.
You force him off his spot, ask him to scramble. At that point, that's where the speed of the Granite Bears defensively starts showing up. This time they swarm to the football, nowhere to go. Really nice effort by this defensive front of forcing him out of the pocket, off his spot, and getting him for a sack.
Think about Divine Diablo, who's played in the ACC on this defensive line for Mount Airy. There's a lineage of elite pass rushers up in the mountains of North Carolina. Derek Dandy, who's at Virginia Tech. This might be the next generation here with Hyatt and Claybo, these speed edge rushers. You think about playoff time, right? Mount Airy could run the football. They're dominant. And then those rushers make them dangerous in the pass game.
And I'll tell you what, Evan, for the skill that they are and the level that they're at.
And then another defensive sack, largely due to the fumble.
This defensive line is big. Like, for their level of play, this is a sizable defensive line. Just from a measurable standpoint, low snap gets away. Gasly does his best, just cover up the football and live to hold on to that one, at least get the football away on a punt this time.
All anchored by the strong defensive line of D coordinator Austin Taylor.
What a tremendous response defensively by Mount Airy on these last 2 drives.
The punting unit for Hernandez, much more time. And it'll die at the 45.
Hernandez punt going to be down around the 44-yard line.
And we talk about teams gearing up for the playoffs.
Well,
Mount Airy's getting hot at the right time. 40-plus points the last 2 weeks. And here at the 3A level, Mount Airy's ranked 3rd overall in the state. They're looking even better as we enter into October.
Well, and again, a balanced passing attack would do wonders for this offense and gives a lot of trouble in the film room for any opponents they're going to face going down the line. Again, Mount Airy has been so good at running the football for so many years. But now with a switch to more of a spread look offense, they're still run heavy. But if they can find balance through the passing attack and that continues, you got to watch out for what this offense can do.
Here's an empty set with Martin moving out. Little pump fake. Hemrick, nowhere to go. Nate Akers, who's back healthy. Nice stop.
This is one of those occasions they tried to go draw the defense in. Martin split out wide, see if he can draw the pump fake. See it right here. He goes right there and tries to take that deep shot. To go into the defense doesn't bite. That's one of the times where you want to see Hemrick just get the football out of his hands and avoid taking that sack.
That's a big 10-yard loss. This Wildcat defense, they can rush the passer well. But if you give Hemrick time, he's picking them apart with deep throws, 118 yards passing. Second and 20. Here's Martin. He's juking. Really good pursuit, but Martin gets out of it and actually turns a 5-yard gain right there. And there's a whistle and a timeout. West Stokes will take it before 3rd down.
Taken down by a host of Wildcats.
Tell you what, Evan, just from a skill set standpoint and the way he kind of moves and runs on the field, Tayshawn Martin almost has this Saquon Barkley dynamic to him. Right here on the edge, seems like he's bottled up, but able to get away with some elusive moves and also the speed along the perimeter and then the power aspect on the edge to take that first hit and keep going down the field.
Tay Martin, one of the better running backs in the state, you're going to see here in North Carolina. He's on pace for 5,000 yards. He needed 75 more tonight to hit that number. He's very close. Albeit if not for the penalty, he would have had it on one play.
Right?
Then the very next play, 93-yard deep shot for the touchdown.
Evan, I got to tell you, I think one of the best things about high school football is how some things, the more they change, the more they stay the same. Running backs are always so important in the high school game. There's so many offenses that rely on their running game so much. You get to college, and there's a lot of smoke and mirrors now, RPOs, different things like that. Of course, you come across Navy, Army, Air Force. The military academies, they still run those option plays. In the NFL, seems like the running backs are coming back into the game and becoming more important. But always been a running back guy. I love the way they command an offense, how much they mean. At the high school level, certainly in Mount Airy, means a lot. And if you are the starting running back at that high school, it means that you are an absolute stud.
Mount Airy has had quite a lineage of elite running backs, 3 straight over 5,000 yards, and Martin's about to join them. Here's 3rd and 13 following the timeout. Make it 3rd and 8. You can't make that mistake after a timeout.
Taste of your own medicine this time. Got Mount Airy to jump defensively on their first drive. Did West Stokes. This time Mount Airy goes with a dummy cadence of their own and gets the Wildcats to jump and give them a couple extra yards. Now making this 3rd down a lot more manageable. Playbook opens up a little bit more now that you're within those 10 yards. West Stokes, even in this position, you have to respect the run at a certain point, but I got to have my eyes in the passing game right there at the bottom of your screen with Zach Goins.
Hemrick on 3rd down. Goins hangs on. Breaks one. Goins has the first, pushing his receivers down the sideline, and he gets to the 38.
The catch goes to Zach Goins, but the play you could probably credit to Kalen Mason on the edge. Nice job blocking on the perimeter. Gets down the field and just keeps going. And Goins, to his credit, falls right behind him, just getting down the field. That is exactly how you want it to go screen-wise. You win your one-on-one battle in Goins here, and then you got a downfield blocker that time. Mason just continues to go with Goins directing the traffic.
More like Go-Go Granite Bear Ranger. This guy is making things happen.
Really nice job. That is textbook work on a screenplay.
Tip-top roofing 1st down. Inside of 2 minutes, Martin gets the rock. And keep in mind that penalty on 3rd down opens the playbook up for Hemrick.
And they go, instead of trying to do something down past the sticks, they're able to work that screen game a little bit. Defense has dropped back. Nice recognition, good play call in that situation as well.
So Jamari Morris injured himself. He's now back on his feet and will have to exit for a play. Morris, one of the rare juniors on this defense, largely underclass. West Stokes, Trent Lohman telling us he had to bring up 8 JV players this week. Getting some young guys experience. This is a 26 senior man roster who all graduated last year. 10-win team a year ago.
Going to take a little bit of time. That age is going to come along, but they have to find time to get together and learn how to win.
Some pressure here on Hemrick. He's got Goings wide open and another touchdown. 31-yard bomb here with a minute left in the 2nd quarter. All explosive plays from Mount Airy.
The first touchdown, you're asking him to win a one-on-one battle down the field. He does that. This time, he's going down the field, and there must have been a blown coverage on that one because there was no one when that football was thrown within 10 to 15 yards of Zach Goins, wide open behind the defense. And for Ty Hemrick and that passing attack, that's about as easy as it gets.
3 touchdowns for Hemrick. We have a flag after the play. Oh, a personal foul on the defense as well.
Interesting.
So you can take this on the kick. Zach Goins, an explosive night. He had 5 touchdowns last year. Give him 2 early ones, and no one stopped him so far.
Pretty impressive start. Not just for Zach Goins, but Ty Hemrick has come in here and made a statement about that quarterback position.
Penalty on West Stokes. The flag will be
It's going to be pretty interesting to kind of see how the rest of the season shakes out here with a good showing, not just in this game, but in the first half. 3 touchdowns. Certainly not something I think really many of us anticipated coming into this one.
A creative extra point formation. There's the quarterback, Ty Hemrick, snapping it. I love to see stuff like that. And they're going for two. A little toss and a 2-point play to Claybo. Adding some creativity with Aiden Pomeroy, the senior, throwing that one.
Working the 2-minute drill that time. 2-point conversion. Really nice job. Finding it, putting pressure on the defense, forcing them to make a play, step up, and throw the football in the end zone. Nice job.
And the Granite Bears go 56 yards in 5 plays. Well done. How about the explosive passing here at Mount Airy?
Again, just as easy as it gets. Ty Hemrick's not even looking that way for Goins, but he's wide open. And that is too good of an opportunity to pass up. You find him down, you better go get him. And again, the 2-point conversion, just waiting for the defense to suck up. Really nice job executing on the 2-pointer. Get that one on the board.
Mount Airy clicking in this second quarter. They went basically 2 and out, 2 first downs and a quick punt. But they've been unstoppable here in week 2 of league play in the Northwest 4A, 3A conference.
Certainly in the times that we have seen the Granite Bears here on Friday Night Rivals, I can't really think of a time where we saw them throw 2 touchdown passes in a game, let alone 3.
Back to receive the Wildcat.
And also on top of that, in the first half alone.
And Jamari Morris.
Very impressive night from the quarterback spot for Ty Hemrick.
Last year marked less than 800 yards passing for Mount Airy. Everything was on the ground with Martin.
And you can't possibly blame him for that. I mean, he's a guy who runs the ball well, efficiently. Really one of the dynamic playmakers from the running back spot in the state for a position, as we've seen, is chock full of them.
After the penalty, a quick kick. And that'll be fallen on. Chris Tyman gets on top of it. And there's an extra W. It's Chris Twyman. I like that.
First down, Wildcat.
Interesting name.
Yeah.
Getting the special teams reps.
Speaking of names, you did mention Divine Diablo. For my money, one of the top 5 football names of all time. Hands down.
That Mount Airy team won 41 straight with Diablo on there. And then, of course, Mason, the running back, won 2 of the last 3 state titles with those guys.
Some of the great teams in North Carolina high school history.
Coach Adkins so important in that. Taylor, the D coordinator on those units. Ooh, heavy hit. There's Mason coming in. And Nate Akers slow to get up as we hit the final minute of this quarter.
Can't blame him for that one. Just seemed like he was getting taken down from up low or down low, and that time Mason just able to get a free shot in on the large frame of Nate Akers. Tough spot to be in. Right there.
Wow, that is a corkscrew team tackle. A quick bubble screen incomplete, wanting Jay Taylor.
Pass is going to fall incomplete. Third down, Wildcat.
Jay Taylor, kind of a D'Anthony Thomas for this offense as well. Kind of the one aspect of what they do that truly is explosive. You want to get the football in his hands, and when he's working in space, he's very dynamic with the football in his hands. That time, short hop it.
And the way that play's drawn up, there's room to work.
100%.
Trent Lohman really knows how to call plays offensively. And this time, your comp gets a first down on 3rd and short. That'll end the first half right here. Jay Taylor, the sophomore running back.
Number 0, Jay Boogie on the carry.
Or Jay Boogie.
Going to be good for another
King.
Wildcat. First down.
Uh-oh, West Stokes is trying to call up a late play here. 8 seconds. What does Gasly have dialed up? An all-out blitz, a little screen. And Akers closes out the first half.
And that is going to do it.
A first quarter dominated by a 9-minute West Stokes drive, but in that second quarter, Mount Airy's offense found the rhythm.
Yeah, and through the air, no less. And again, we thought there was going to be a ground assault here tonight for the Granite Bears, but not the case. Getting the football down the field through the air, Ty Hemrick was surgical when putting the pill in the air in the first half. Really impressed with what he was able to do and the efficiency that he was able to operate with.
You see Hemrick, first career start. There is no worry about getting this quarterback ready to go.
Welcome to the field.
Chelsea's going to chat with the Mount Airy staff here in a moment. but very impressive. 100 yards passing for a quarterback that a lot of confidence, but a lot of questions coming into this game.
100%. Doesn't win the quarterback battle out of camp, but this is an example of a kid who stayed ready for his opportunity. Gets it this week, and again, 3 touchdown passes in the first half. Really can't say enough about what he was able to do through the air, just putting the ball exactly where it needed to be and making the right decision when it arose.
He's barely broken a sweat. That's how well Ty Hemrick's slinging the rock. And now we got Coach Taylor ready to rock and roll here. We'll go down to Chelsea with the Mount Airy staff.
Coach, and deep play connection from Ty Hemrick in his first start this season. Already 3 touchdowns. What have you liked about his performance so far?
Yeah, I thought West Stokes did a great job loading the box, getting really big up front, and you know, gave us a light over the top, and we took some shots, and Ty's played great for 2 weeks now. So
a 22-3 lead at the half. How do you keep your foot on the gas?
Yeah, I think early we were a little bit shell-shocked there, and we had to get adjusted, and they done some really good things up front. Thought we responded well, and, you know, we just got to keep going. We've seen too many of these games for us turn, so I think we'll be ready to go.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
More coming up on the My 48 Halftime Report, coming up next.
And now, welcome to the field, your Wildcat Dance Team.
Throughout the 2025 Carolina Classic Fair Friday Night Rival season, Tatum & Atkinson Law Firm will recognize an exceptional senior student athlete from each of the participating schools with a plaque presentation prior to each game. This week's Tatum & Atkinson Scholar athletes are from West Stokes High School. West Stokes' Zoe Morgan is a varsity volleyball and varsity softball player who is named All-Conference Tournament Team. She's on the National Honor Society, member of Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and is president of the West Stokes Wildcat Club. Zoe currently holds a 4.2 weighted GPA and gives back to her community by volunteering at youth softball camps. From Mount Airy High School, Mount Airy's Jackson Byerly is the captain of the football team and was all-conference last season. He's a National Honor Society officer, was the chief junior marshal last year, is a student body secretary, and is on the president's list at Surrey Community College. Jackson currently holds a 4.7 weighted GPA and volunteers his time serving as a buddy for Special Olympics athletes. Zoe, Jackson, and other nominated students are also eligible to win a $5,000 scholarship to be presented at the end of the season. Congratulations to our Tatum & Atkinson Scholar Athletes of the Week. Sponsored by Tatum & Atkinson. Injured in a car wreck? Call the Heavy Hitters.
You're watching the My 48 Halftime Report. I'm Chelsea Groves, joined by West Stokes Principal Sam Jones. Sam, first off, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you coming out.
Now, your school has led the district in academic performance for the past several years, just performing above state expectations. What does it mean to be just the philosophy here at West Stokes every single day?
I think it's a culture of excellence that starts in the classroom. It starts with our grounds when you walk in. It's a high standard of excellence in all that we do here. We try to, at least, and athletics to academics, and certainly we have an unbelievable staff and community that supports us, and so we're blessed just to be a part of the King and Pinnacle communities that expect high of us, and we love achieving those expectations.
Yeah, and the community here tonight definitely has showed up and showed out. The Wildcat Athletic Club as well has been very supportive in helping provide student-athlete experience here at West Stokes. What are you most proud of when you think of that?
When I think about when we set a vision out, our community just rally around our student athletes and just ensuring that they have every opportunity that they deserve for the facilities, the uniforms. It's countless efforts that they do, and running concession stands, it's not just monetary, but I'm so blessed that they support our student athletes as well as our band boosters as well.
Not to mention 4 straight Wells Fargo's Cups, and these are based on team finishes in the conference. It's quite an accomplishment. How proud are you of the student athletes and coaches who put in the time to make sure that West Stokes is always at the top?
Sure. The Wells Fargo Cup really speaks to the whole athletic program, from cross country to tennis to football, basketball, just where we finish. And so I think that is a true representation of who we are at West Stokes. And obviously, as a public high school, we're going to have ups and downs and good years and bad years and challenging years. But overall, it speaks to who we are and what we want to be about as far as winning and setting that culture of excellence.
Well, Sam, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. It's always a pleasure to have you on, and also a great atmosphere here as well.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming out, and thank you for supporting high school athletics.
Thank you again, and we have more coming up on the My 48 Halftime Report. Stay with us. My 48 Halftime Report. I'm Chelsea Groves, joined by Principal of Mount Airy High School, Jason Dorsett. First off, thank you so much for joining us here tonight.
Yeah, thank you for this opportunity.
So let's open up. Let's talk about Coach Taylor, a 2013 Mount Airy graduate. This guy knows what this program entails and is now at the helm at head coach. How proud are you in his first 2 seasons?
Yeah, Coach Taylor is a wonderful young man. I still consider him a young man, even though he's a 2013 graduate. But when he graduated high school, I was his assistant principal, and when he walked the halls and participated in athletics and just seeing how he treated individuals, we knew then that he had leadership potential. He comes from a wonderful family of educators, and to see him progress to becoming our head coach, but that was not always the path for him. There was a time, like many of us, that he was not sure what his path would be and what he would do. And I remember talking to him at a local restaurant and said, Coach, because he was coaching for us, but he wasn't working for us. And I said, Coach, what do you want to do? And he said, I'm not sure. I said, Coach, it's about time to figure it out. And a couple years later, after subbing in our classrooms in our district, he said, I want to become a teacher. And I said, that's an excellent opportunity for you. The students will follow. Your colleagues will work hard for you and together with you. And so I'm extremely proud of him. Our community supports him. It's not easy. Being the head coach of Mount Airy High School is a challenge. It's one of the most important roles in our community because it's a leadership position. But he's a great role model. He cares about others, and he's a great leader. So he has my support, and I'm extremely proud of Coach Taylor.
Yeah, you talk about the support of the community. It might be an away game tonight, but definitely the crowd has showed up and showed out. But I have to ask, is there anything special happening on your campus this school year?
Yeah, that's a wonderful question, and we're very proud of our campus. We love our students. We have wonderful students, and I think the best thing about our campus this year is how they're finding opportunities to help others. Every day, students will come to us, to myself or our administrative team, and they have ideas, and their ideas are surrounding how can we help. It may be our Interact Club, student government. It could be a freshman with a new idea, a new perspective. And so when kids are helping others, it makes me extremely proud of them, and we're blessed to be around them every day. So that's what I see. Being a teenager is hard. It's probably harder now than ever. But these kids care, and when you care, great things happen.
Absolutely. And Jason, thank you so much for your time here tonight with us.
Thank you so much.
More coming up on the My 48 Halftime Report with some highlights around the country. Stay with us.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Churchill hands to Ron, nice cut move, and a hurdle. He's still on his feet. Are you kidding me? Caleb Ron, touchdown. Oh my goodness, what did he just do?
Empty set now for Drapal. He's going to air it out, taking a shot deep. Making the catch in stride is Tabato. Touchdown, McCauley.
Fortier just unleashes one to Tabato. Look at that. Just a cannon down the field. Tabato gets behind the defender. Fortier with the throw. And
here's Rios. He can change it in a hurry. Breaks it outside.
There he
Breaks
goes.
another tackle. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. Got one man to beat. Sidesteps him and goes to the end zone. Dives for the touchdown.
Second down and 10. Here's George. Running through tacklers. First down and more. Look out. George, one man to beat. Touchdown Baylor. 60 yards.
Moore is going to go around the right side, have to play. The ball's in the air. The ball popped up, scooped up. It's picked up by White Nose. Down the sideline we go. This is number 0. This is Coakley. Coakley, green grass and opportunity. That's 6 on the board.
Welcome back to King, North Carolina. The Carolina Classic Fair wraps up this weekend. So we wanted to make sure we tasted all the delicious treats we have on tap. So our friends at, I want to make sure I get this right because it's so good, the Bacon Cheese Corn Company have hooked us up with delicious corn. So you know what, my friend? Let's just go all in.
You want to toast to the corn?
Cheers to some corn.
Yeah. I gotta put this thing down.
Fantastic. It's so good I forgot my mic. That's how good the corn is this week.
Very good. Oh my God.
And then a fair staple. Anytime you can deep fry Oreos, you're doing something.
I got
We're
excited.
Do a little curveball here.
Yes. Okay, here
Let's
we
go
go.
all in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Oh man, that's
it's a golden
Okay,
Oreo.
so golden Oreo.
Yeah.
Chelsea, what do you think?
Fried golden Oreo. Okay, I have not tried this yet, but here we go. All right.
Put that. Okay, get in there. You gotta get
Big
in there,
bite,
Chelsea.
Big bite. Here we go.
There
All
you
about
go.
the Oreos.
Okay.
That's.
You should give some to the kids back there before their competition. They're going to eat it up.
Okay, I think I'm sold. I think
That's
we
how you
are
get the pretzel
sold on
stacking
this.
going on.
Okay, there's more in here too. Okay.
So our friends at Treasure
Okay,
Chest.
so you also have.
This is the best seafood
have
platter
some
I've
corn.
ever seen.
It's the sample size.
There's crab everywhere. There's crab on the fries,
shrimp.
There's crab legs,
crab cake.
There's crab cakes.
I mean,
I don't even know where to start. I'm just going to go to the crab cake first.
Let's get it.
Okay, I can roll with this too.
Oh
Definitely
my
can roll
God.
with this.
The
It's a little
corn's
hard
great.
to eat right now.
My arteries, but my body is so excited
But
at the
this is
same
good.
time.
This is good. Okay.
Oh, and Chelsea's got the boba, too.
Yeah.
There we
okay,
go.
Here we go. And it's pink, one of my favorite colors. Maybe my favorite.
Thank you to Boom Boom Boba. We keep it simple here. Boom.
Let's give another round of applause for your.
Okay, I think we're 3 for 3 down here.
The old
pretty good, isn't
crab
it?
leg boba
I think
combination.
we're 3 for 3.
Kind of good. I like it. I didn't know what to expect.
Yep, I can do this.
Even our statistician, John. John, do you want some Oreos over here?
Feed him.
Oh, the whole crew's getting
I don't
fed.
get my Oreo back. I'm gonna
Tony's
kind of
down
go
there
in for
getting
that.
fed. Drew, our director's getting fed post game.
Okay.
We got some crab fries here. Hey, bud, you're about to get married,
Yeah.
so my best piece of
If I
advice.
could rank them.
Partners are perfect. Always enjoy time with your partners.
100%.
And including my partner's food tonight.
Yeah, well,
That's my
yes,
favorite partner.
wow.
My wife, Jen, at home. I hope she's doing well.
I don't know if anyone's seen me before, but my partner's always been food. Oh, my God.
You know what? I'm going to take one more bite. Let's see. What am I going to end up with? Let's end with our friends at Cookie Crumbs.
Boom.
Some delicious cookies. Cheers, buddy. Let's go to break and enjoy it. When we come back, more football and more fair food from King, North Carolina. Best stuff you can get. Go to the Carolina Classic Fair. You'll enjoy it.
Beautiful.
The North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services is proud to present you with this Medical Minute.
Our community in Western North Carolina is extremely resilient. What would have happened if we had not had the partnerships and the collaboration that we had during the storm and then immediately after the storm? We would not be as further down the road as we are with restoring and rebuilding our lives and rebuilding the lives of our community.
Medication was the biggest need. It was the pharmacists and the county pharmacists. We came up with a plan to actually meet the medication needs for the community.
We were right alongside them in all these emergency shelters, ensuring that individuals there were making contact with their families, they were getting into hotels or bridge housing during this time. DHHS's support for us to continue to do those things really has made a huge difference.
This Medical Minute is brought to you by the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services.
Welcome back to the My 48 Halftime Report. I'm Chelsea Groves, joined by Lillian Craven from the Carolina Classic Fair. And Lillian, we have some pretzel stacking that's going to be happening over here in a moment. But first, how has the fair been going?
It's been going great. This is our second weekend and our final weekend, and we're super excited for the second weekend and hope for a great crowd and great weather. Hope the rain moves on out this weekend.
Is there anything new that we should be looking out for in the fair this year?
Yeah, we've got a lot of new stuff, mostly in the QRC Ice Arena. That's completely new. We've got Twiggy the water skiing squirrel, and we've got lots of new entertainment, so come check it out this weekend.
Okay. And If there is a must-see or a must-do, that if you were thinking of the fair, what was one thing you'd recommend? What stands out the most?
I would say come see our giant pumpkin, come see Twiggy the water skiing squirrel, come to a grandstand event. We've got tractor puller rodeo, or come see our fire artist. She has been here the whole week and she's awesome.
And what are we watching right now over here?
We have got our pretzel stacking going on, and Millie and Caleb are stacking, and they are trying to get to 10. First to 10 will win a big grand prize, so we're trying to bring the fair out here to West Stokes.
This is amazing. Okay, this pretzel stacking is definitely harder than it seems. Have you ever tried this? I have to ask.
I haven't. Maybe I should next year when the fair comes back around. Maybe I should get on there and do that as my interview instead.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay, here we go. It's a close one. What are your thoughts?
It looks like Millie is sort of taking the lead. Hers is more steady up there, it looks like. Caleb is having to readjust here.
Okay, focus, strategy is everything.
Oh, it's going to be a close one. And Millie takes the win!
Yes, yes, yes. Well, Lillian, thank you so much for your time. And I think we have a winner down here, and we had some fun.
And she gets to take home Teddy, our favorite stuffed bear. How about that? Well, Mark, it's the passing game of Mount Airy. Not always the story every week, but this week, Ty Hemrick letting it fly.
Probably not the story most weeks, but it's been what they've needed to do to get back into this, not back in this football game, but really take control. The ground game stymied somehow in the first half, so the passing attack has picked up 3 touchdown passes for Ty Hemrick and this Mount Airy offense in the first half.
Mount Airy fell behind 3-0, then 3 straight touchdown drives. And it looks like we had the teams on the wrong side of the field. So we're going to flip the script.
Okay.
We'll take a quick timeout and then get ready for the second half when we come back. Plenty of football here from King when we return. Welcome back to King. Time for the second half. Mount Airy moved the ball away with one of our first half stars, Ethan Claybo. A short kick fielded at the 30. And a nice return here for West Stokes. That's Kyle Childress, a sophomore, one of 10 sophomores on this young roster for West Stokes.
Got an uphill battle for those sophomores here in the second half. 19-point deficit, promising start. First drive of the game goes 9 minutes long. but not able to get into the end zone and then allow 22 consecutive to the Granite Bears.
We were not able to catch up with Trent Lohman at halftime, but how do you replicate that first drive if you're West Stokes here?
Well, the offensive line was so aggressive, and they were setting the tone along that line of scrimmage. If they can find some push here on this first drive, that's going to be a big first step in replicating some of that early success.
West Stokes, 80 yards rushing in the half. And the lineman on all fours. That's old school football. Gearing up for 1st and 10. Early ground attack and a nice 3-yard gain for Jay Taylor cutting up the middle.
Kind of get the feeling that that's going to be the game plan, at least here on this first drive, and certainly on the first play. Get your guys up front to move as one, get some push up front, and give your back some room to work with.
It's a four-headed tailback room with Kamani Brown and Jay Taylor and Ashton Stevens and Dallas Frazier. And Trent Lohman was sitting there like he was poker cards, talking about, I got my ace of spades, my king, my jack, my queen. He likes to use them in different spots, especially on long yardage plays.
And getting them in those spots has been largely what West Stokes has done this year. Now it just turns into executing and actually getting them to where they can be successful.
There's 2nd and 6. Brown gets back to the line of scrimmage. And after that first drive, Mark, Mount Airy's defensive line, they have anchored in and shut down the running game.
Well, you can see they were probably challenged along that sideline after that first drive, just saying, look, we can get the push we need with the guys that we have up front. We just got to be more aggressive. They got pushed back a lot on that first drive. So you take that one punch in the chin, you feel that, and you either respond or you cower down. And right now, that front seven of Mount Airy has responded in a big way.
I'm slightly worried by your boxing references that one day you're going to punch me in the chin and see if I bounce back. But
well, there's only one way to find out, right?
Yeah, let's hope not. Here on My 48 Sports, Mount Airy, 3 straight touchdown drives. There's 3rd and 6. A little pressure on Gasly. And Gasly goes down. This defensive line, 5th sack of the game, and they're getting aggressive on 3rd down.
Well, it's been their ability to not just get the sack, but initially knock Gasly off his spot and not allow him to survey. You see right here, he takes one look, but because the pressure's coming, he has to move and takes his eyes off from what's going on down the field. At that point, so far, Mount Airy, when that happens, they're winning that rep and they're winning that down.
Here's 4th and 9, the punting unit. It's been an adventure for Jaden Hernandez back there, first-year punter. A little better snap this time. And his wobbler will just keep bouncing. And that's officially a kick inside the 20.
Hernandez punt. Gonna take
flipping the field there for 37 yards.
That'll be good for the attributes.
If you're a stat guy, the inside 20 is very important. Coffin corner punts. Pat McAfee made a living on that.
Look, scouts talk about it all the time. When your punters, not just leg strength and where you corner it, the accuracy, where you put the football on the field. If you were asked to put it on the left or the right side or straight down the middle, did you get it down in the 20, inside the 20? Did you get it down inside the 10? All very important.
Tonight's game is also being streamed live on our YouTube and Facebook. Tip Top Roofing helping with that. Tip Top Roofing, Faith Family Football Roofing. And Tayshawn Martin and Ty Hemrick, what a duo. Hemrick's opening play of the second half. He feeds Martin. This was the exact spot on the field. Martin broke one loose for 87 before a penalty. And he drags 5 guys for 12 on first down.
Just looked like he was supposed to go down probably 2 or 3 different times on that play, and just would not go down. The strength, very surprising for a back of his size, but he uses that low center of gravity to keep his balance, just keep churning out yards down the field.
We do have a penalty here. A blindside
block.
A
legal shift on the offense.
And if that's an in-play penalty, that'll back it up 1st and 25.
Excuse me, blindside block on the offense.
Yeah, that personal foul really derails a nice run from Martin.
Second time tonight, a penalty has wiped a run of his off the board. Would have been a first down with that pickup. They've been running a lot off the left side of that offensive line tonight, which I've been a little surprised by, Evan. They have a size advantage wholeheartedly on the right side.
There's movement 5 yards back as Dalton East gets in the backfield. One of my favorite plays, you know this is an O-line one. Riley Leak just holds on to that ball and he gets hit back for the free 5.
Fall backwards, baby.
Any method to that madness there?
make sure you flop well.
You got to sell it?
Yeah, sell it, you know. So you can get yourself.
Because you were a guard in college, right?
I was a center.
Well, you were a center. Okay.
Yeah. We went between. Hey,
you know the whole formula.
Versatility is a big thing at the collegiate level.
Did you guys ever practice the tush push? Was that a thing in college?
No, not at that point. The regular quarterback sneak, old-fashioned as it is, yes.
The Catawba Indians ran the football back in their day. Here's Tayshawn Martin breaking 2 more tackles, and he's spun down by
Martin
Charlie
Gary.
Reeves, the senior linebacker.
Taken down by Charlie Reeves.
It's taken 2-3 guys to get Martin down in every play.
Every single play. And that's exactly what it's going to be all for the rest of the night, and any
Gonna bring
defense
up
that
second
plays
and
them
short.
all the rest of the season. He's just a guy that does not go down on first contact. He's a guy that does not go down through arm tackles. You've got to wrap him up or get a host of defenders there to bring him down.
Martin is now 30 yards away from 5,000 in his career, which would put him in some exclusive company.
Certainly has the ability to take it the distance and get those 30 yards in a hurry.
He has a chance to pass his teammate Mason's record of 6,000 yards in Mount Airy. And that's enough for a first down. Ty Hemrick making it happen.
Hemrick on the carries. Flag on the play.
He's wearing the old jersey of Ian
gonna be
Gallimore,
holding
the state
on the
championship quarterback, 14. But there is a flag here during the run. That Gallimore duo, Landon and then Ian, the older Gallimore, 41 straight wins. They have one of the longest win streaks in the state for 3 years.
Replay, second down.
We were saying they were one of the best teams pound for pound in the state
100%.
during that run. A holding will derail the first down conversion.
Folks, I'll tell you right now, if Evan had his choice, we would have called Mount Airy games all season long.
That 2022 season,
yeah,
when they went 16-0, that was special.
It was warranted. 100%, it was warranted. They were as good as any team in the state. Certainly just dominated at that 1A level. They were so good for so long.
Then
They still
23 won the state title as well, right? I mean, they have that tradition. They didn't win 109 straight like Independence back in the early 2000s.
Heaven forbid.
A close second
Yeah.
in terms of nation's longest streaks. Here's 2nd and 12. Hemrick heaving it again and almost finds Goings. He wanted the flag and he won't get it. But right now, West Stokes has no answer for Zach Goins.
And they are beside themselves on that Mount Airy sideline, though. They know there was one that was gotten away with. Down the
Pass is
field
going to
at that
fall
time, a little bit of
incomplete.
interference.
Wildcat fans,
Looked like
it's
slowed Goins up
third
just enough. Emmer couldn't connect. We've seen those deep passes over the top. Can't expect that here. This is going to be one of those downs where you're going to look at Ty Hemrick as an offense and say, we need you to put the football potentially into a tight window and get us a first down.
Austin Taylor leaning on his offensive staff here on 3rd and 7. He's the defensive mastermind of this championship run, and here's the timeout with Tanner Hyatt talking it over, the coordinator.
Timeout.
We'll step
Mount
aside
Airy.
for the timeout early in the 3rd. Decisions for Mount Airy. We'll be right back with our Carolina Classic Fair Game of the Week on Fair Weekend here in Winston-Salem. The Mount Airy Granite Bears, one of the top 50 teams in the state, according to the national rankings. They're rolling tonight, up 22-3 over West Stokes. First year they're league rivals in 5 years. These schools just separated by 20 miles. And so far, the Mount Airy passing game, Ty Hemrick, first career start. He played a little bit last week with an injury to Ahmad Francis, but he has taken over as the starter this week.
Really embraced the role, taking those shots down the field, and largely has connected on them. To the tune of 3 first-half touchdowns.
5 of 6 for 160 yards passing Hemrick, and that one incompletion was going to be a touchdown, but he just missed Goins. Co-coordinator, Coach Hyatt, changing the call here on 3rd and 7. So it's Martin on the ground. Martin jukes one, breaks another, and there's just no stopping Tayshawn Martin. He'll get at least 10.
Be a pretty scary thought, knowing that even on down like 3rd and 7, you're backed up a little bit in your own territory, and you could still hand it off to your running back, and you don't have to sweat much because you know the ability he has, but also give some credit to his offensive line. Did a really nice job clearing bodies and creating some lanes for him to run through.
Did you see that block as well from Jackson Byerly, our scholar athlete? 74 went from the left side all the way to the right side.
And that's a 6'6" body out at tackle. He's accompanied on that right side. Leak at center at 6'4", and Hyatt at 6'3". They are monsters.
A low snap that Martin scoops up. Then he bulldozes 2. Whoa! Martin for 10, and they give him the first. That's a grown man in the backfield.
That's a grown man run right there.
Clean up aisle linebacker.
I mean, that is just bruising stuff right there. You run over one guy, that's good enough, but you get the second one to finish a run and pick up a first down. That's as good as it gets.
Nearing 5,000 career yards, Tayshawn Martin is churning up yards tonight.
And certainly the approach, Mount Airy here, second half, get him the football. Let him work in space. Let him use his ability.
Sets up a Crescent Ford first down. Little toss this time. It's Mason. And Kylan Mason able to slip to the 40. Another 15-yard run.
It's a funky little formation there, wasn't it? Little diamond set up in the backfield. 3 backs, 2 flanking each side of Hemrick, and then 1 in the back, and you've got to defend that. Good luck. That's window dressing at its finest at the high school level. Fake the handoff, pitch it out to Mason in space. That is too easy. Really nice play design. Formationally, that is a nightmare to defend. They're going to do it again.
10 first downs, all on the ground for Mount Airy. And here's Martin at 60 yards rushing. He needs 15 more for 5,000 in his career. Martin's going for it. Look at Martin banging bodies. And he gets 5 more right there.
So that time you get Martin on the handoff, and he's got a lead blocker from one of his other backs that time. I mean, I can't imagine a reason to not just continue to run that set. Until they find a way to stop at West Stokes, as Mount Airy, you've got to just continue to run that formation. If the Wildcats can't find a solution for it, there's no reason to stop.
Martin is protected like the Secret Service in the White House. He follows a trio of blockers. Hemrick will take a deep shot through the hands of Jasper Wilmuth, who would have had it there at the 10.
Hemrick's pass going to fall incomplete.
Even on the 2 incompletions, well-thrown balls from Hemrick.
100%. Wilmuth may have just put himself into a weird position to make that catch. Wins it, comes back, does a great job recognizing where the ball is in the air. Just the adjustment he makes it a little more difficult trying to catch the ball over his shoulder almost, instead of just coming back and picking it out of the air straight forward.
Instead, it's 3rd and 5, a rare 3rd and long here for Mount Airy. Tay Martin needs just 10 yards for 5,000 in his rushing career. So Martin gets the rock, and he spun down Alex Pegram with another stop.
That's the second time tonight Alex Pegram has gotten into the backfield like that, completely unblocked. And he's one-on-one with Tayshawn Martin. And both times he's won. First time gets stiff-armed, this time hangs on yet again, goes straight through the stiff arm and makes an impressive tackle on 3rd down.
Here's 4th and 7. Low snap and a whistle. We have a late false start here on Mount Airy. Probably the only thing slowing down the Granite Bears is the penalties.
And to this point, they've even been able to overcome those. Another drive that is just stretching down the field. And now that certainly takes away any possibility of you trying to go for it on 4th down, at least seemingly.
So last time Martin ran this running back punt.
It's a new term, not rugby anymore, but running back, given the position.
Given his specialty, a 5,000-yard rusher. He'll look to boot one inside the 20. And he does just that.
Not a bad punt, huh?
We'll take the timeout. Tay Martin, the man of many talents. A 5,000-yard rusher and a pretty good golden boot as we step aside here in King. And welcome back to King, North Carolina. West Stokes with football here on 2nd and 9. And this West Stokes program, they have championship history in their pedigree, a 2011 state title. We have one of the former players from that team down with Chelsea Groves.
Yeah, we have somebody here who knows a thing or two about being underneath the lights in those big moments. We have Austin Fleming, the MVP of the 2011 championship team at West Stokes. What's it like being back here tonight, a place you have so many memories at?
It's been kind of bittersweet. Realistically, it's a little colder than I thought that it was going to be in October, but that might be just me getting a little softer as I get older.
Have you been able to catch up with the former teammates tonight, former coaches, family members? How special has that been?
It's been good. I've seen a couple of teammates. It's nice to come back. My parents are still here. It's good to see some of the coaches, like I said, Coach Loman, Coach Witt, Coach Grayson, a lot of those that have coached me before and been worked together. So it's been good. I've enjoyed it.
And speaking of Coach Loman, just talk about the impact that he's made on every program that he's touched, including you.
Yeah, he taking in my first athletic directing job and having him as a head coach and a successful football program was so much easier for me at a young age and a young athletic director. I've enjoyed being around him, coaching with him. We can have some very fun times, but we can also know when it's time to be serious, and it's time to build a program and build student athletes into men.
Yeah, and seeing all the student athletes here tonight, what's it been like seeing the next generation of West Stokes?
It's been good. Like I said, it's hard to look back and see. Times have changed, and it's going to continue to change as we move on through everything that we're going through in life. And my biggest advice to a lot of these guys is, like for me, growing up, playing in the backyard, playing in the front yard, imagining that you're going to eventually be in a state championship team or a team. And playing at the college level was my biggest point for everybody, and that was taught to me at a young age: is dream big, and if your dreams aren't big enough, then you're not really thinking about it that hard. So it's been good to see that and learn, and I've only enjoyed it, and continue want to help the next generation as I move on.
Austin, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Have a great time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Austin. He now works for the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. So we got some intel tonight from Austin. He's a good guy to have around. First down head off for Tayshawn Martin. And he collects a couple of yards. We do have some things to remind you as we roll throughout the night. Coming up in the fourth quarter, we'll have our Carolina Classic Fair Player of the Game. 10 days of awesome McCoy this weekend at the Carolina Classic Fair. And the Caring Hands Play of the Game. Caring Hands Home Health, put your loved ones in our caring hands. Also, our Norris Automotive Drive of the Game. Norris Automotive, foreign and domestic automotive repair. serving Mebane and Burlington.
To be honest, the fact that you only slipped up through that read one time.
The tongue twisters always get me once.
It was pretty good.
Final minute of this third quarter. Here's Kylan Mason. Oh, Mason breaks a tackle. He's inside the 10 and slips down at the 5. I think the crab got to me there with a little burp on that impressive run. Gets 10 there.
Oh, man, Fairfield's beautiful, isn't it? So is that run. Mason just comes around the side, shows shades of his brother. That time, nice little toe, picks up the first down. The Granite Bears are in prime position to put another one on the board here at the end of the third quarter.
Stay tuned for tonight's school bus stop of the game. The law in every state requires drivers to always stop for a school bus when the stop arm is out and the red lights are flashing. No stop in Mount Airy tonight. 3 big scoring drives in that second quarter. And when we come back, the fourth quarter of football. Here in King, we got to talk to Austin Fleming. We got some fair food, and we got some burps mixed in tonight. 22-3. We'll step aside for the fourth here at West Stokes High School right after this. Welcome to King, North Carolina. Our Friday night rival stop brings us to one of the northern cities in our region. Mount Airy, of course, they've won 2 state titles in the last 3 years, 7 times as a program, and the Mount Airy Granite Bears knock on the door of another score here to start the fourth.
Evan, I got to tell you, first-time trip to West Stokes, I believe for the program as well as myself, I can tell you certainly. Beautiful setup here in King. Absolutely beautiful setup. The backdrop is stunning.
We were about a week late for the foliage, but a week early.
Yeah, early.
Here's a red zone trip for Ty Hemrick, the sophomore QB. He'll feed Tayshawn Martin, and Martin's in there. Another touchdown for the standout out of Mount Airy, who's now cleared the 5,000-yard rushing hurdle in his tenure. Crown him.
Mount Airy.
One of the best running backs in the state, scores again.
And a fitting end to that drive as well. Gets the 5,000-yard tote, and it gets a touchdown along with it. So many times tonight it's been him running straight downhill, able to spin off of one defender and finish the run by falling forward yet again. It is probably a signature type of run for Tayshawn Martin.
Martin knows it. The run home with a triad touchdown where property owners and tenants find their perfect fit. And Mount Airy just went for 2. They're pulling out all the stops tonight, make it 30-3.
Conversion is good.
With a little bit of chatter there after the 2-point play.
Evan, if you had told me that at the beginning of the fourth quarter was the first time that Tayshawn Martin got into the end zone, I'd sit there and think that maybe we were having a pretty good ball game on our hands. Score was close.
And look at that 5th cheerleader. She's catching up. She said, I need that S. We're not the Bear. We're the Bears. And then the rest of the cheer was like, oh, wait, we went for 2. I need those flags. Give him a ton of credit. Those things are heavy with the wind.
Yeah, they are. The resistance is crazy on those things. But if you told me that there's only one touchdown by Martin in this game that came at the beginning of the fourth quarter, I would have told you that West Stokes is certainly within realm of an upset here this evening. But the passing game has been prolific when it's needed to be down the field, and it's made room appear for Martin as the evening's gone along.
4 plays, 32 yards on the ground, and really easy for Mount Airy. And Mark, as we look ahead to the 3A playoffs for Mount Airy, we noted they're ranked 3rd right now. Mount Island Charter is currently one of the favorites, and then Mount Heritage, some of the smaller schools in the state. But what makes Mount Airy a dangerous playoff team?
Well, besides longevity, I mean, this is a team that seems like it's hitting its stride right now. 2 early losses in the season, and now they're starting to buckle down, and they're playing like the Mount Airy Granite Bears that I think a lot of us are accustomed to seeing. Again, that option offense is gone, still so run heavy, and they run it so well. But that passing attack, if it can continue to develop, get those downfield shots going, it's going to be a big problem for any opponent going forward.
6 seconds into this fourth quarter, and we have a tackle in the open field. Mason on the stop. It's a busy weekend of football action. Of course, the fair is on tap. We got high school football tonight. Tomorrow, an SEC tripleheader on ABC 45 here in the region. How about Texas? Arch Manning out of the top 25, preseason top 5. They got some work to do in one of the better rivalries in the sport, the Red River rivalry coming up.
Excited for that Alabama-Missouri matchup as well. Bo Perbula's been spinning it out there in Missouri.
And then the Georgia Dogs looking for a response. That's at 7:30 Eastern, all on ABC here in the Triad. Of course, Monday night, Jaden Daniels and the Red Hot Commanders. They'll host Caleb Williams and the Bears at 8 Eastern, part of a Monday night doubleheader. Back on the running game for West Stokes. It was neat talking to Austin Fleming and having that interview, giving his mindset of, hey, that was only 15 years ago, and yet what has changed? A new locker room being built after that title run, and West Stokes finding their rhythm as a program.
Well, they've been so successful here as of late. This year aside, coming into the season, I mean, this is a team that was a perennial playoff team, found themselves in contention for titles very often. And the support is definitely here, even in the midst of a season where they've started 1-5. The outpouring of support here has been noted.
And Coach Jimmy Upchurch was so important in that stretch. He won the title back in 11 and multiple double-figure win seasons to anchor the Stokes program as there's a running game.
And don't think that Trent Lohman can't do the same. I mean, this is a guy who not that long ago, coaching a team in the area in East Surrey, they go to a state title in 2019. So it is a team that is accustomed, and a guy who is accustomed at the helm to having that success. And certainly Trent Lohman, we met him quite a few times in our travels. He is a guy who's not going to get back down easily. He's going to build a program into a winner.
He had a prolific quarterback in Jefferson Boaz, and that team won 12, 13, 14 games, and they finally beat Tarboro. They ended Tarborough's 3 straight title run. East Surrey did at the time. And now he's down the road at West Stokes. A 10-win season in his first year last year. They made a deep third-round playoff run. And he told us it's a rebuilding year, right? 26 seniors, a lot of new faces, but he likes how Devin Gasly slid into this quarterback role. Now we have a whistle and the officials' timeout. Oh, it's electronic. See that first down marker? It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. You press the button.
Had you not noticed that until now?
Oh, I thought it was a clicker.
No.
Yeah, how about that? From midfield, Stokes with the new technology. Oh, it's not stopping an old school linebacker coming in. That's Braddock Sumner, the junior on his 25th stop.
Came firing down from that linebacker spot like a missile. Put a stop to that run in a hurry.
He came down so hard he might actually be bleeding here, having to exit for a play.
Get that cleaned up, couple of scrapes and scuffs.
But that duo of Mason and Oakley and Sumner, they're so good at the linebacking spot.
And Mason is that, again, ball hawk. I mean, he's the main threat at that linebacking core. But you can't go through the rest of them in Oakley and Sumner and not think that they can do the same thing at any given point in time. That allows them to attack because they've got a guy like Mason back there who can go sideline to sideline.
Here's 2nd and 13. A lot of pressure on Gatley. And there's a completion. Nice pitch and catch to Jay Taylor.
There he is in space. First real time they've had a chance to get him the football down the field tonight. And it works to perfection. The corner out to the outside, enough time for Gasly to sit back there, survey, and get an accurate throw down the field out.
Jay Boogie on the reception. Just a sophomore. And Loman said as a freshman we put him in some spots last year, but he really wants to explode as a number 2 player.
He's going to be a fun player to watch as he continues to develop and find his way throughout this offense.
A tip-top roofing first down. Ooh, nice misdirection to Nate Akers. And he'll get a chunky yardage there on first down. I do think for West Stokes, they may not win tonight, but you win your next 3, you're in the playoffs, and to have Akers back, it's so helpful this time of year.
100%. It's the second time they've run that play this evening, and both times it's gone for some pretty nice yardage at that. But, man, so much youth along this roster for West Stokes. Trent Lohman knows that he's got the talent. It's about building the strength, the communication, the camaraderie, getting those guys on the same page and working as one. That's the challenge.
If West Stokes can win out against their Surrey County rivals, East, North, and Surrey Central, they'll make the playoffs in 4A, with those playoffs starting right after Halloween. I hand off to Dallas Frazier, gets a yard. It is unique this year with the new playoff format, so 8 divisions, and those playoffs get announced November 1st. So in certain divisions, there's buys. The top 8 would get a bye in most brackets, so that's for Mount Airy. You win out, you get a bye in the first round.
Think about what that would do for them, just having a week at that point in the season to rest up, get your legs back under you. And the team that faces them, if they get a bye, is going to be coming against a team that loves to run the football and they have fresh legs.
A third down screen is knocked away. There's the ever pesky Wyatt Creed. He has like WWE vibes to me.
Very sneaky, right? Like, again, 5'7", so he doesn't stand out, at least vertically. But he makes a lot of plays.
He's got personality. He's got some charisma.
Yes.
He's got a nice sleeve on that right arm.
Yeah. Like a mini Brock Lesnar down there.
He loves getting his arms and his feet in every play. He's tripping guys up. He's grabbing face masks.
Almost snared a football out of the air that time,
He
too.
almost picked the ball off. Good point. This might be the game here for West Stokes. 4th and 4 with Dallas Frazier back there next to Gasly. Gasly pump fakes and a lot of contact. No flag.
Interesting.
Now Mount Airy gets the football back. We'll take the timeout. Early in this 4th quarter, Mount Airy ready to rock and roll. They're up 30-3 and they get the football back when we return to King, North Carolina. Top 25 FCS football on tap tomorrow on My 48. Villanova comes to town, their final season in the CAA. You can watch that game at 2 right here on My 48, and all season long, all the home games. All Saturday throughout college football. A&T and Elon with a nice partnership here with our local station.
It's a nice matchup tomorrow against Villanova, isn't it?
That's 2 top 25 squads, neck and neck. Villanova's last year in the CAA for football. They're going to the Patriot League. And Mount Airy, about as dominant as you can get in this part of the state. They've won now 46 of their last 47 games and rolling here on a Friday night in King.
Just a really nice job again controlling the game. That first drive for West Stokes really seemed to set the tone, but the response has been resounding by the Granite Bears since then.
Some new running backs in for Mount Airy. That's Chaston Revels. A good relationship to our old friend Mario Revels.
Yeah.
They're all in the same family. Mario was electric. Now that kid, I mean, you give him the football in space, and he was going.
Gone. absolute demon with the football in his hands.
As Mount Airy now clears the 300-yard rushing and 100-yard passing. Good combo.
Well, if you have a night where you've got 400 yards of offense, regardless of how you got them, you did something right. You're probably in a good position to win a football game.
As we tick near the 7-minute mark of this final quarter, Revels gets dragged down at midfield. No negative plays from Mount Airy tonight. You look ahead for the Granite Bears. They'll have a four-bush team that went neck and neck with West Stokes a week ago. But it's a winnable schedule here for Mount Airy to not only close out, but be a dangerous team in the 3A bracket.
And to that point, you see with the backups on the field, they've got depth. And a lot of the guys here are playing almost the exact same way as what the starters did as well, leaning into those runs, finishing with authority, falling forward. Well, you got your backups operating at that level as well and can almost be like carbon copies to what the starters did. Bodes pretty well from you from a depth perspective as the season goes on.
Right back to Revels. Whoa, that's got to be a horse collar, right? Maybe not.
Well, pulled at the jersey, not the actual shoulder pad, it looked like.
Good tackle by Charlie Reeves. Working that fine line of where he can drag him down. Yeah. Got the whole jersey.
Case in point.
Oh, yeah, he just yanked the jersey off.
Hey, you grab what you can.
Used a little bit of force.
Grab what you can.
That's like me with my toddler during changing season. You just grab whatever you can and you get those diapers off. Mark gets a free-for-all at that age, 4 months old.
I am sure.
She's starting to kick and roll now. It's a whole adventure.
Like an MMA fight, just trying to get the diaper off.
Here's 3rd and 1. Mount Airy has done so well in these short yardage spots. 5 of 6 on 3rd down, but a whistle. And here comes a free 1st down. Wait, oh, offsides on the offense?
The offsides on the offense.
Is that just not being aligned correctly? Offsides on the offense?
It had to have been someone who wasn't or had stepped up too many guys on the line of scrimmage. And usually that comes down to a wide out stepping up instead of being back off the line. Yep. So that receiver at the bottom of the screen has to be off line screen. He's actually just offside entirely.
Yeah. Good catch by our cameras right there. Oh, there's a good make and break. Zion Martin. And Martin's going to keep going. Whoa, look at Martin inside the 20. He was offside a play ago, and he gets 30 yards right there.
Well, that's one way to redeem yourself, isn't it? You do a little comeback route that time, pick up the 1st down, and on top of that, you turn on the afterburners. The explosiveness on the back end was surprising.
And after Martin gained 30, we have an injured player. We'll step aside for the timeout. Mount Airy looking to put the icing when we come back here on My 48 right after this.
The TV timeout. We're going to redraw for that 50.
We do have an injured player here for West Stokes. So the medical training staff out. We're going to definitely keep our thoughts and prayers out for the offensive lineman down for West Stokes after Mount Airy able to move the ball for a moment. Sometimes the chilling reality here in high school football, things can happen, and certainly hope the best for one of West Stokes' young defenders.
physical game, Evan. Every single time you go out there, you're trying to make some plays, fly around, have some fun with the guys. It is simply just part of the game, a reality of the situation.
Thankful for the staff to help out that young man, get back on his feet. Now the whole team's huddling together for a quick prayer here for West Stokes. And as this weekend continues, we of course send our thoughts and prayers to the young man at West Stokes and remind you that there is some fun to be had. If you head out to the Carolina Classic Fair this weekend, the next couple of days, barn to be wild. The flame-throwing shooting performance art, that's what I want to see, how the fire, does the flame just get shot out? Is it more of a juggling thing?
You really want to know the entire montage, if you will, of things that you could do at the fair and see this year. Twiggy the squirrel is a pull. I mean, that's a thing you definitely want to see when you go to the Carolina Classic Fair.
Let's give him a hand, folks.
And of course, great food you can have at the fair. Good to see that young man get back on his feet.
Number
That's
18,
Caden Covell, the junior linebacker.
Man. He's got a great future ahead. Let's just keep a hand on him and keep him in our prayers, okay?
And as the P announcer just said, some prayers and thoughts are certainly out for Caden. Good to see Caden get back up and this community and King rally around him.
Again, for a team that is 1-5, Evan, when you got here tonight, you could sense there's still so much energy in this stadium. Just from a support standpoint, this is a community that loves their Wildcats. They come out here and support every single night, and it even shows there. In a night where it started out really well, looked really good initially, has not gone their way, and this crowd has not thinned out one bit.
A lot of local support here, and that's important.
Ladies and
for Trent
gentlemen,
Lohman
if
taking
you are
over.
missing a phone, we have had a black iPhone return to the press box.
Ooh, is that an iPhone
If you're
16?
missing a
Someone
phone,
left in the
it is
stands. I
up
might go
here.
claim that if it's
a 17, yeah.
Oh, the new one, yeah.
The
Good
new
point.
one's a 17, yeah.
A lot of broadcasts are starting to use those new iPhones for extra angles.
Well, they've got movies that are made with them now.
Revels on the ground, will lose the yard as we go inside
Ball
5
carrier's going to be
minutes.
taken down behind the line of scrimmage by Alex Pegram.
We got a busy
and
high school
Tyree
slate coming up
Porter.
next week. We have one of our favorites, Tyshawn Brown, and his son is the quarterback at Mount Tabor. And they're taking on Oak Grove, who has rolled through competition at the 4A level.
Mount Tabor going through some struggles early on. Jadon Blair, Snook Peterkin no longer there, moving on to college. Had to find their way a little bit, but seem to have found their footing here in the last couple weeks.
As they enter the Cook Reynolds red zone, Mount Airy has scored on all but one drive tonight. That was the first drive of the game. Right at the end of the play clock, Hemrick feeds Revels, and Revels gets spun down. Good hard running here for Mount Airy.
Just not giving up. Revels does a nice job getting that ball on the perimeter and then getting his foot in the turf and just cutting up field. It's starting to get more vertical instead of continuing to the sideline.
Reeves
Right
on
there,
the carry.
doesn't mess around, just cuts up field,
That's gonna
gets
bring
those
up
tough
third
yards and finishes
down.
the run yet again. It's a corral of running backs, Evan. They can get it done with a multitude of different guys, and as good as Tayshawn Martin is, there are a couple guys behind him that can still make some noise when they're toting the rock.
Beautiful little hill there here at the Den. Great atmosphere for some football. When this place is rocking, it can't wait to come back in a couple years. And the running game just keeps pushing. Kylan Mason will get inside the 5.
First and goal, Mount Airy.
Having this Mount Airy team, especially offensively, again, through their ranks, it's going to be a tough out yet again. We talk about it pretty much every week. The two things that really roll over every single year in football, playing defense, running the football. When the water gets colder, as it is now, you've got to be able to be efficient in those two areas. And Mount Airy, certainly tonight and as the season has gone along, it seems to have gotten better and better and better running the football and playing aggressive defense.
Here's more running of the football. No gain that time for Rebels, who has 35 yards rushing just on this drive in the fourth quarter. And a stop by the newly returned Nate Akers, one of the senior captains. Nate Akers, who has a 4.5 GPA, great leader. He's going to be on the homecoming court. Just so many good things to talk about when Trent Lohman discussed Nate Akers' impact.
Certainly a fun player to watch as well. You've seen a couple different times they've tried to get him involved. Shovel passes that tight end spot on offense. Pretty good defender along the edge as well. Very lanky. Makes a lot of plays and understands how to technique well.
Quarterback keeper. We do have a flag here, and Hemrick's in, but I think this is coming back.
It's going to be
and a holding will
on
negate the touchdown. Hemrick's like,
I can't get number 4. Come on, give me number
down.
4.
Breakout debut start here for Ty Hemrick.
Well, back it up a little bit further. So,
not to go all Mac Jones, Brock Purdy here, but do we have a controversy in Mount Airy at the quarterback position?
I mean, that's possible. We don't want to put anything out there, of course.
No, of course, these kids will all work hard all week.
Correct.
But Ahmad Francis, Ty Hemrick, they both do different things.
At the very least, I think it creates a conversation amongst the coaching staff. Ahmad Francis has been very good through the early parts of this season. But when you get a guy seemingly like Ty Hemrick is, who throws the deep ball as well as he has tonight, if that becomes a consistent part of his game, I think you have to have that conversation about who's going to be starting at quarterback as you start rolling into the postseason.
As they reset the line of scrimmage after the penalty.
If anything, if you want to have that conversation, it's a good problem to have. I'm honestly a little surprised you hadn't started singing yet.
I do show some class on these My 48 broadcasts. Always a great time. Lori Bates producing tonight. Drew and the crew keeping the laughs up in our production truck. And the crab legs certainly helped.
Evan, we've done the fair food now for 3 years, I believe, right?
And we've been spoiled.
That seafood sampler may have been the best thing we've had.
How about Mason stretching it outside? And he's just short, so the clock will most likely run out here on third down. Yeah, the food was fantastic. I say go to the fair. If you get a chance this weekend, you need to go.
Please, yes. Do yourself a favor.
Lillian Craven, great friend of the show. She's talked all season about the many things you can do at the fair. I just highly recommend it.
Third down.
Spend a couple hours, spend the whole day. They're improving that new street by the Demon Walk. They're emphasizing the whole Joel area.
And she even, when she walked up here with the food, she came through the door and she had this grin from ear to ear. She knew she was about to make our day with what she was doing.
Do you think Santa Claus is a happy camper? Lillian Craven makes dreams.
Oh, 100%. For us, certainly. And for that, we thank her.
I also thank you guys for watching tonight as Rebels will get the football in. Did he get in there? Oh, he did! Rebels dives in. An impressive way to end the night for Cashton Rebels with the reach.
Stretching it out. We'll go gadget at the goal line, try to get it across.
Touchdown, Mount Airy.
Able to stretch the nose of the football out just far enough to get it in. But look at the fight, just not going down on the play. Gets it, plants it, and that is a touchdown for the Granite Bears.
An extra point here for Ethan Claybo. And by virtue of that extra point, there is not a running clock, just a 34-point difference.
That's good.
So Mount Airy on the verge of a third straight impressive win. This time on the road, and they'll head to Fort Bush next week.
It has been returned to the press box.
You think dangerous teams at the 3A level here in North Carolina, Mount Airy certainly comes to mind. How about our school bus stop of the game, Mark? Because you always got to stop for a school bus when that stop arm's out, the red lights are flashing. Not stopping or trying to beat the stop arm puts lives at risk and can result in larger fines points on your license, and license suspension. There's your stop.
Pretty big stop later on in the game, and really kind of put this one to bed, especially defensively for Mount Airy. Just a really nice job, a punctuation on what started as a little bit of an inauspicious night for the defense. Seals it with a massive rebound after that first drive from West Stokes.
West Stokes, that 9-minute drive, you thought, could they get a touchdown? Could they change momentum? But Mount Airy, since then, they've been electric defensively. As this kickoff is fielded by Stevens, who's back in the game, and he gets out past the 40. And how about Mark now, our Norris Automotive drive of the game here. Family owned and operated in Mebane and Burlington since 1963.
Running the football is what Mount Airy does. It's what they've done for years. It's what they've continued to do this season. And it's what they've continued to do tonight in a facet of different ways. Just able to display Mason on the perimeter, Martin in the middle. And he finds Pater at the end of this one to absolutely put it away. Finish this one out for the Graded Bears.
Norris Automotive, family owned and operated repair shop in Mebane and Burlington since 1963, and that'll run out the clock here in King.
And that is going to draw a curtain on tonight's contest. We'd like to thank everybody for coming
Two nearby rivals. It's their first year as league opponents in 5 years. And Mount Airy, they wasted no time. That young man, Ty Hemrick, stepping up in one of his first big games of Friday night football, filling in for Mod Francis, and he was fantastic here for Mount Airy.
Those first two drives of the game for both sides. Mount Airy goes 3 and out. West Stokes drives down the field for 9 minutes. Seemed like we were in for a little bit of a shocker here tonight. But Mount Airy flips the script, and it is all Granite Bears the rest of the way.
The Bears celebrating here in King. Thanks for joining us. We'll break it down with some interviews and thoughts when we come back.
Coach, a dominant performance here tonight in a win at West Stokes. Some big nights from Tayshawn Martin, breaking 5,000 career rushing yards. Woo! And a shout out to him. And with Ty Hemrick in his first career start at quarterback. Where does it start for these guys? Just the drive in this team right now.
Yeah, I think we're on a really good point right now. We're starting to trend up. You got a lot of guys stepping up. We threw the ball around tonight. Jasper, Zach, Tay, had a bunch of guys step up. I'm really proud of them.
And as the postseason is not quite at the forefront yet, but as you progress into the regular season towards the end of it, what do you hope to continue to see out of the guys surrounding you right now?
Oh yeah, just coming together as a team, making sure we're getting better every week. You know, we got big goals, and I'm excited.
Are you excited for this trophy? I think these guys are. So all right, here we go. Who wants it? Yeah. Let's go.
With our Friday Night Rivals trophy, young Hemrick, he's having a blast. Why not? Look at that young sophomore. I don't know if he can drive to this game.
Probably not, but he didn't have to. He's getting a ride back to Mount Airy in style after a fantastic first start of his high school career.
Good to see the whole Mount Airy team having a blast here on my 48. That's how you do it. Okay, Mark, how about our player and play of the game?
Oh, these guys are just good about play of the game. Absolutely. It was the first deep shot that struck 93 yards. Zach Goins, the beneficiary, he wins his route and wins the play of the game by Caring Hands Home Health.
Put your loved ones in our Caring Hands, their Caring Hands play of the game. And then the man who kept chucking the ball around the field and then scored 3 times, our Kona Classic Fair player of the game.
Ty Hemrick, the guy that got him the football. Look at it again. Twice as nice, the play of the game, delivered from the player of the game. Hemrick came out and made a statement early on that he was going to throw the football deep, and he did so with deadly precision. Down the field, not 1 touchdown, not 2 touchdowns, as you see here, but a third to cap off the night, all deep down the field. Ty Hemrick, deservingly so, and his first career start is your Carolina Classic Fair player of the game.
That's how it's done. 10 days awesome at the fair, and we got plenty of fun stuff coming up this weekend at the fair. Really good interview, too. I love that energy, that excitement. Yeah. Coach Taylor's so even-keeled, but his players, they want to celebrate a big TV moment as well.
And they absolutely have the right to. They came out tonight, again, a little bit of a slow start those first 2 drives, but after that, it was the Mount Airy Granite Bears that we have come to know and respect. And any opponent they're going to see going forward, make sure you're doing your homework because they have a lot of different ways to attack you.
I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors who make these games possible. Capital Metals and High Point, Cook Reynolds for the End Zone, Mountain Fried Chicken for our meal, Patriot Pretzel, and, of course, the Corona Classic Fair. All the schools that help make these broadcasts great. Next week, we're going to Mount Tabor, one of our favorite spots. Oak Grove and Mount Tabor. Next Friday, counting down the final 3 weeks of the regular season. But here in King, North Carolina, celebrating some state championship-level programs. Okay, Ty Hemrick, making a name for yourself. The young sophomore flinging it for 3 touchdowns. And Tayshawn Martin, 5,000 career yards, special running back. Fun night all around. Thanks for joining us here on My 48. For our talented crew, Chelsea Groves down there, Mark Covert up here, Evan Budrovich, and so many more. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week in Mount Tabor for more Friday Night Football here on My 48.
This is the big time, ready, set, go.